Yeah, I'm catching up on Scared to Death because I've been in a horror mood. So it's just some scary stories, and then I've been blasting some music. But I've been listening to this band called Bloodywood, which is Indian, like India country Indian music with like black metal rock. So that's been a lot of fun. I like to find weird music because I get bored with the same shit every day. You ever listen to a band called Ailstorm?
Can't say that I've heard of them, no.
It's pirate rock. But it's like power metal, so you get the double bass drum kit, and all their songs are about like drinking and
Yeah,
all sorts of other pirate shit.
I've definitely heard of them and heard a few songs. They're pretty solid.
Yay, our killer is here.
Yeah, sorry, I've had a crazy hectic day, but I'm here and ready to try and murder all of you. How you guys doing?
Ready to mull math rocks. Let's just say that.
All right. One more second, set my dice up. And I'm ready.
That being said, I was only partially joking about potentially committing seppuku if I hit a wall tonight. So if we're in the middle of a combat and I just kill myself, I love you guys, but I got to get up at like 5 a.m. and today was hell and tomorrow is worse. So
At that point, you just have them introduce the deck of many things. It'll do the work for you.
dude, that was probably my favorite ending to any one shot we've had. It was so chaotic and so perfect.
You know what? Why don't we do this? Everyone tried to draw in the deck of many things. Go
Yeah.
great.
What are the odds we all draw relatively similar instances?
Well, the best part is it was Monica who found the deck.
Yeah.
How great would it have been if the last person drew a wish and then just wished everybody back into existence? We all went on about our lives.
Well, somebody did have a wish.
Yeah.
And then they got their mind frozen.
Oh yeah, that's right. I did steal Alex's wish. Or no, what was it?
No,
I wish
you
to
had
have
wish. You stole his go back in time moment.
and then I didn't get a chance to use it because my card like locked me in stasis.
Okay. Kylo, come on, go.
Oh god damn it. I forgot about that part because in my head I was like, "Ooh, I'm going to steal his time change thing. So no matter what happens to me when I draw a card, I can just reverse it." And then the one thing that could stop me from reversing it happens. Instant karma.
What you get?
All right, should we introduce our characters, or do you want to start with the prologue?
I'll do the prologue real quick. Just because we're gonna be, yeah. So all right, where am I at? Here's the right page. All right, so you guys have been an adventuring party for some time now, and come together and solved many weird mysteries and defeated many great monsters. But today you've decided to take a rest at a local tavern in the town closest to where you last finished your previous adventure. Insert some weird story there. So you're all sitting around in this tavern, relaxing. There's lively music going on behind you. A rowdy bunch of local townsfolk just having a drink after afternoon's work, and that is where we'll start. Yeah. So if everyone wants to introduce their characters, we can start it off right there.
Go for it, Fret Bjord. I'm curious.
Uh, Sweet. I didn't really get to think this one through, so I'm just gonna improv this. Fret Bjord is a Goliath who grew up in the same tribe as our friend Ham Jam, although they grew up very differently. Um, I'm not exactly sure what made us leave the tribe, but you see a hulking Goliath, gray skin, almost a light blue tint to it, with various dark tattoos all about. The tattoos themselves, a series of line work. The line work almost looking like the pages of a music sheet running down two almost like two vertical sets going across his face, one over each eye, all the way down to his chest, extending onto his arms to horizontal patterns. Heavily, heavily tattooed, wearing a series of fine furs, like a furred vest, a very puffy kind of neck and shoulder area to it. Very brightly colored, very rare furs. I imagine maybe like leopard, trimmed with fine leather. Brandishing a series of different instruments, almost like a one-man band. But given his size, he's able to carry so much with such ease. And a very ornate long sword to his left waist. He's wearing a loincloth that shows off his muscular thighs. Quite powerful. And he stands with pride in his fancy leather boots.
Nice. So Ham Jam, like you said, grew up in the same tribe as our buddy Fret Bjord, but Ham Jam looks a little different. Very modest kind of trousers and simple shoes, and a cloak. But no shirt, nor helm or anything, and very much in a similar fashion. Lots of tattoos seem to cover his torso and head in particular. Several on the arms and hands as well. And he leans heavily on a quarterstaff and has a rather large pack on his back. Lots of items you would see a typical adventurer with, but his is almost overflowing. Bedrolls, water skins, torches, lanterns, like the several yards of rope, the works. Yeah.
My name is Herbert Inverse Smoker. My wife, Mary Jane, before she passed, would always call me Herb, Herb Smoker, from the Hash region. After her passing, I joined the Suburban Tactical Investigators, where they just used my initials as my code name, so I was HIV of the STIs. I am a changeling, so I'm able to blend in anywhere and really get past any security that is used to keep me out. and I cause devastation when I get in.
All right. Some beautiful stories there. So as you're all kind of relaxing and having an ale, winding down, you hear the door creak open behind you, and a couple like gasps and uh, exclamations of surprise. And as you turn, you notice a small imp flying, beating their wings as they appear to be making a beeline straight towards you. And they just
I
drop
cast
down.
fireball.
Everyone in the bar. They drop down right into the middle of the table of you three that you're sitting at, and give a deep bow before you, and then holds up a rolled up parchment. Well, whoever's not quite sure who I'm supposed to give this to, just your group in general, but whoever's wants to take this, I have a letter from my master. He's inquiring your assistance and potentially to hire you for some help. It's anyone want this?
And I imagine Fred strums his lute and just says, "Hello, is it me you're looking for?" And he'll take the note and be like, "The name's Fret," and I guess unfurl it and read it.
Oh, hello. My name is Radazan. But as you pull out this, roll out this parchment, and it's very, very fine, detailed, not quite calligraphy, but it's very fine penmanship. But it reads, "My dearest and most noble heroes, I, Morgante, a humble wizard, seek your aid in a matter of great urgency. Alas, I have lost control of a foul demon of rock, and I fear for the safety of those who dwell nearby. This creature of darkness possesses great power and may bring ruin and chaos to any that cross its path. I implore you to lend me your strength and expertise in locating and dispatching this demon before it brings harm to an innocent soul. Please heed my call and come to my aid." And it is signed simply Morgante. And then there's some like a postscript, like some like minor directions to his abode, but you also get the impression that this imp is kind of waiting around. He didn't just like drop the note and dip out, so he's kind of looking at you expectantly, like trying to like wait for an answer, see if he needs to lead you in the right direction or if he's just going to be off on his way.
And Fred will pass the note around to the party and just kind of kick back and start tuning his lute and wait to see what they do.
Ham Jam will read the note and then kind of pass it along, and then kind of look to the party thoughtfully and like, aren't imps evil? And kind of looks at him.
Well, I suppose you say my race, for lack of a better term, does have the tendency to be evil, but I vowed my loyalty to Morgante, and I do his bidding. So do with that what you will.
But if you were evil, you'd probably lie to us, right?
Probably.
I hate him. We should kill him. We should eat him.
He like backs up and like his eyes widen a little bit because you are significantly larger than him, even sitting down. He can tell that, so he kind of backs up, eyes wide, be like, "No, no, 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 no! I promise, I'm just here to deliver this message, and he needs your help."
I poke him in the chest with my big meaty finger and kind of lick my lips, but I just kind of wait.
He looks extremely disturbed.
Oh, leave it alone. My coin purse is feeling a little light. Perhaps we may fix that situation, and if he does not offer enough, then you can eat the imp, my giant friend.
Deal. Can I grab the imp and put him in my pocket?
Make a athletics check.
You can certainly try.
You can certainly try. This is D&D.
Okay, sorry. My D&D Beyond is a little slow. Okay, there we go. Oh, shit.
He's doing a little acrobatics. Just beats you. So you reach out and like your fingers start to like wrap around like his torso, and then he just one fast, hard uh sweep of his wings, and he just kind of floats up a foot in the air and slips out of your grasp. And he just kind of like stands there hovering, floats there hovering. Now, please, we don't need any violence. I'm just here to lead you to Morgante if you wish to take on this quest. So if it's a yes, we should be heading out. If it's a no, I'm gonna leave before I get eaten.
Well, I believe it's a yes, but if I might suggest, you should probably buy my friend your dinner so that he doesn't eat you on the way to Morgante.
He kind of looks down, and you're now noticing that the only clothing or attire or equipment he is wearing is a simple small loincloth, no coin purse attached, nowhere to hide money. And then he just looks at you. Well, I would, but I don't really have a need for earthly possessions. Don't really carry gold. I carried that letter in my hand, and that's
So
about it.
what you're saying is you're unpaid labor. Are you are you aware that you're a slave? Do you need help? We can help you. We can rescue you.
No, I'm fine where I'm at. Thank you, though. I appreciate the sentiment, I guess.
And Fred will lean forward and be like, "Have you ever heard of the concept of Stockholm syndrome?"
Have you ever heard of the concept of stalling? If you would like to go, we should go.
I think we should follow Rat Snack. Get paid. Maybe get our bellies filled too.
And gives you another wary look. Well,
Well, there's nothing in my coin purse, so we might as well get to filling it back up.
alrighty then. Well, I guess I'll wait for you outside. If you have any business you have to conclude in here, and we can be on our way. And he just kind of darts out quickly. And
I follow him immediately and stand way too close the whole time.
what's the rest of the party doing?
Is there a semi-drunk person with a loose hanging coin purse near us?
Um, yeah, there's a couple of what seem to be not super rich merchants, but like merchants nonetheless. Like they have slightly finer clothes than the rest of the people in the bar, and they do appear to be a few cups deep. They're laughing uproariously, kind of swaying a little bit, and you do give me a perception check.
22.
Oh yeah, you notice all three of them have coin purses dangling a little too loosely off their belts, um, as they're, like I said, little deep in their cups and not really aware.
I'm going to look for the one who has the fullest looking purse and try and snatch it as I go over and just say, uh, "You gentlemen look like you are having a wonderful evening this evening."
All right, give me a sleight of hand. Yeah,
23.
23, easily enough. You saunter over to them and kind of like put your hand on the one who looks the most drunk and biggest coin purse. Kind of like put your hand on his shoulder and lean in, and your free hand just like not even looking, you just quickly untie the coin purse and tuck it behind your back. And um, he looks up to you and just, yes, we just closed a huge deal and we are celebrating. It is a fine night indeed.
Well, cheers to you, my friend. And then I'll walk up to the barkeep, pay the tab, and walk out.
And they are none the wiser. The barkeep happily takes your money or their money, and just goes back to his business, shining glasses, cleaning his tabletop, filling up new beers. Fret, are you doing anything in particular, or are you just gonna follow him on out?
No, I think I would have probably sat back and waited for somebody to pick up the tab because I'm broke, and just tuning my lute, checking my instruments, gearing myself up, probably kind of fixing my vest, sprucing up a little bit, and yeah, nothing too crazy.
HIV will pop back in. Oh, Fretty, let us saunter off.
Oh, absolutely, my dear. Thank you for picking up the tab.
All right, so as you, for the sake of brevity, I'm going to say you guys have horses and you have mounts. So the imp waits for you to get your horses and you take off. He's leading you ahead at a steady pace. It takes you a couple hours, maybe like 1 or 2 hours. But as you crest over a hill, you know, galloping through these rolling kind of plains, hill lands, you crest over a hill and you see not too far off in the distance a quite ancient looking tower. It's very tall and imposing, probably about 5 stories tall, and very ancient stones that look weathered and worn by the passage of time. It's nestled amidst a dense thicket of gnarled trees that kind of appear to be almost out of place in this kind of hilly plains land, but there's this just small thicket of trees with tower sprouting out in the middle. Um, and as you get closer, you see that there is a overgrown garden kind of leading up to the main entryway of this tower as you kind of work your way through this borderline overgrown pathway that leads to the front entrance. There's said like gardens on each side, some like flowers and these enormous pumpkins that probably stands ranging from 3 to 5 feet in height. But at the same time, they appear healthy, but like they're still overgrown. Like there's lots of vines and weeds, kind of looking like they're on their way to strangling these flowers and giant pumpkins scattered throughout. Um, And as you move through this, you come towards the entrance, and Radazan, the imp that has been leading you this way, he perches himself on a tree standing right next to a heavy oak door that's reinforced with iron bands across it and engraved with intricate runes. And as you approach, you see him kind of like lean over and give like a quick few knocks in a what appear to be a what's the word I'm looking for? Gosh, in a swift succession, but not just kind of a regular old like knock knock knock. Like there's a pattern to it and seems purposeful. And you see these the runes glow across the iron bands, and the doors slowly creak open, and you see a slightly dim interior, but it's glowing with a little bit of fire, what appears to be firelight. And Radazan just kind of waves his hand. She's like, my master is waiting for you. He would like to give you more information about this job to see if you are truly willing to accept. So if you'll please follow me. And he just kind of hops off the tree branch and glides into the tower.
I follow him uncomfortably close.
Can I insight check him before we go in?
Yeah, sure.
That is an 11.
He appears to be straightforward. Doesn't appear to be lying to you. Kind of seems like he's being honest about, he had a mission from his master to get these people and bring them there, and that's what he was going to do. All right, but so
Herb,
oh,
Herb
sorry.
just pulls out a pipe that he never lights and sticks in his mouth, pulls it right back out. Well, old chaps, let's get a move on. Cheerio.
All right, so Ham has entered, and looks like HIV Herbert is following closely behind. Fred, are you going to follow as well?
Yeah, I'll be closely behind the group, kind of eyeballing everything, keeping an eye out. I don't fully trust this imp or his slave driver master.
All right, so as you all enter this room, it is quite large. I mean, as you saw as you were coming up on it, it is a tall tower for the time period, and most homes and buildings that you see, kind of like the biggest ones are pushing maybe 3 stories, and this one is standing 2 stories taller. And as you walk in, you see a large plush study adorned with expensive furniture, these very plush and comfortable looking couches and armchairs sitting next to a cozy looking fireplace, towering bookcases covering almost all of the walls, and these very fine, rich fur rugs just splayed across the floors, giving it a very cozy and warm feeling. And as you enter in, standing by the fireplace, kind of looking broodingly into the fire, his back turned to you, but he hears you enter, and he turns around. You see a man of average height human, male. He's got a neatly trimmed um, auburn beard with like slight flecks of gray starting to show, full head of shoulder length hair of the same color. He looks to be in his, not old, but not young either. Maybe like his like early 40s. And he turns to look at you, and you can only assume that this is Morgante. And as he turns, he looks the party up and down. Well, welcome to my tower, friends. I fear I've summoned you here under dire circumstances. I can only assume that you got the information in my letter, but I do need your assistance in solving this problem that I've un- unintentionally caused.
Well, we are willing to listen, dear boy.
Oh, please come in. And he kind of ushers you in. He sits down in one of the armchairs by the fireplace. Radazan, can you please fetch us some of those pastries you were baking this morning? They smelled simply spectacular. I believe our guests might be hungry after the travels. And Radazan kind of gives a nod and a smile, and then just flies off towards like a side room, and then quickly flies back out as you guys move closer towards the wizard's kind of main seating area. Places a silver platter of what appear to be various, just pastries, cream puffs, tarts, um, biscuits of the sorts. It places it down on a small sitting table in the center of the chairs. Yeah. Then kind of flies back over the fireplace and sits there on the mantle. Um, Morgante kind of lets out a deep sigh as he sinks back into his chair. Well, I suppose I should tell you how this problem came to be. I was attempting to cast a spell to banish Ivrock. Not sure if you're aware, but they're a type of demon. But I fear I got slightly muddled. And instead of sending it back to the abyss, I inadvertently sent it to my mother's village. He just kind of like gives out like a nervous chuckle and brushes his hair back out of his face as he kind of embarrassingly avoids the gaze of the party.
Fred lets out a light chuckle and gently on his lute begins plucking the opening guitar to Mama I'm Coming Home by Ozzy Osbourne.
Ham Jam proceeds to eat the fuck out of everything on that tray, like rapidly.
Morgante and Radizan are kind of like again like go a little wide eyed and like taken aback, but Radizan kind of, if anyone else kind of sees his face, kind of takes it as a compliment, like nods a little, be like, "Damn right." Uh, but yes, so as I said, it was a mistake, and I meant no harm. You have to believe me. It's just I sometimes get distracted. There's so many things going through my head on a daily basis, and I was in the middle of the spell, and I mistakenly transported it somewhere other than the abyss. And I fear that it could cause a lot of people harm if it is not dispatched post haste.
Yes, we understand. You meant to send it to your mother-in-law, but got interrupted after mother, hence her town. Our only question is, what will our pay be?
Oh, yes, of course. Well, I have a fine collection of magical items and artifacts, which I will let you take your pick of. Should you do me this deed, this great favor of fixing my mistake.
At that point, I think Ham Jam will put the pastries down and swallow a mouthful of whatever he's got, and then point to old rat snack. You throw in rat snack, and you got a deal.
Oh, I'm sorry, but he's a fine companion of mine and serves me well. He assists me in my experiments and my studies, so I apologize, but I don't believe I can let him go. Plus, it's not entirely my place to tell him where and who to serve. He chooses.
Did he
where
or did he not make these pastries?
He did. He is, surprisingly enough, a very fine baker.
I need a rat snack from you. I mean, you can like summon it or what? How do you? That's the deal.
I mean, I could have Radazan bake you a large supply of pastries for you to take on your travels.
I mean, after we take, I'm gonna need a rat snack for home. You know what I mean?
Uh, we
I
can.
think he might be asking for his own personal imp.
I can see what I can do. It might be something I can work out. I'll have to check my tomes and do a little studying, but I can do that while you are completing the task. And if it be within my power, I will bring you your own Radazan.
All right, a pastry making rat snack, or else when we go crush this demon, you're next.
He kind of chuckles a bit and shakes his head, and then looks to the rest of the party. So, do these terms are they agreeable to you as well?
I would have to see the magic items first, you understand. I mean, saying stuff is magical. I once had a friend who had a piece of paper that would shape itself into any origami. Told that it would bring him help in a battle. So he turned it into a bear and it got set on fire. So magic doesn't mean good.
And as he's saying that, Fret pulls out his pipe and takes a deep inhale and blows out, and a bear, like a smoke bear, goes galloping through the air and then lights on fire and fades away.
Oh, I see you have some tricks as well. Uh, Fair enough. Uh, Follow me. And he stands up quickly and walks over to another side door that you see has similar iron bands across it with very similar runes to the ones on the front door. And he knocks on it again in a very specific pattern, and then the runes glow a bright blue, and the door creaks open again on its own. And inside, you can all see is a what appears to be some sort of vault or storage room, but it is filled to the brim. There are like one entire wall is just covered in this like bookcase type shelf, and there are dozens of scrolls rolled up. There's another few shelves that is just lined with various um, vials of different colored liquids, which you can only assume to be vast majority of various potions. Another wall is lined with weapon cases. These very finely crafted like glass encasements, and there's long swords, short swords, daggers, maces, axes, everything of the like. And then various other knickknacks um, scattered throughout on other shelves like rods and what appear to be some wands, some wearable items. Like there's cloaks, another glass encasement of like some rings. Just this, he has appeared to have just collected over his years a cornucopia of magical items that he has been studying and collecting and saving. So, as I said, should you complete this task for me, you will have your pick of a magical item from my, if I can say so humbly, very fine collection. And then he quickly closes the door back shut, and you see the runes flash a blue again, and then they go slowly dull down to the regular cool iron color that they were before.
You know, with this amount of magic, you'd think that you could probably solve your problem yourself. So that means this problem is particularly dangerous, and therefore, I think you should give us something up front to sweeten the deal, since we're going to be putting our lives in danger to fix your mistake.
Ham Jam points to Rat Snack.
We'll take the imp. I will roll persuasion if you'll allow it.
Sure.
All right. Not bad. What's my persuasion? That is a 17.
He gives another deep sigh and glances over at Radazan. Well, I suppose it wouldn't be a bad idea to have my own eyes and ears keeping an eye on you while you do this deed to make sure it's done, so sure. Radazan will accompany you on this mission, and so should he see fit, he might even bake you some goods.
Ham Jam fist pumps and then continues housing some of these pastries, and then like gets kind of in a panic mode for a second, and with like the deadest, most serious of looks over to Radazan and produces one of the pastries off of the now diminishing tray. And he looks at him and says, "Radazan, more of these ones immediately. We're running low." He continues to house what's left on the tray.
So, just so we have some details prior to us leaving, what can you tell us about this? What you call a cock? Is it large? Is it hairy? Is it embarrassingly small?
I'm sorry, it's Vrock. It is a fiend. They are quite large. They are winged creatures with long talons, bipedal. They have a bird-like face with very sharp beak and very sharp teeth. They're quite fearsome, which is why I was trying to banish it. Then I did not banish it. But yes, you should be careful. But I don't think it is outside of your expertise, or else I would not have called on you.
Well, for the right price, we'd be more than happy to get rid of your winged cock that you failed to banish.
That's much appreciated. Well, if you are ready now, I can. My mother's village is quite some distance away, so I believe the best form of travel would be teleportation, and I can send you there. You can leave now, or if you would like to rest and get yourself ready, you can take some time here in the tower. But I do believe time is of the essence.
No, I believe we are ready to go. Come, fellows. Let us go save his mom from his vicious cock.
Ham Jam, stands up and is ready to adventure forth. However, he also takes with him the tray of pastries.
All right. So he leads you back towards the central like study area. Kind of grabs one of the carpets off the ground and just flings it to the side. And you notice there is a large circle of runes inscribed into the floor. And he looks towards you with a nod. Well, if you all wouldn't mind stepping inside the circle, I can start the teleportation ritual and it'll get you there in a flash.
I step into the circle.
Ditto.
Yeah, make that 3. And also, I will remind Ham Jam to grab his new imp friend.
Oh yes, I got plans for Rat Snack. I want to grab him and put him under my arm.
He was already kind of like flying towards the circle.
Okay.
And then he just kind of like, as you kind of just like shove him under your arm, he like kind of screeches a little bit and wriggles. And then you see Morgante kind of close his eyes and take a deep breath, and then he starts to speak the words of the ritual. And the runes around you begin to glow softly in a dull blue light as he's muttering under his breath. And uh, Ham, you start to feel his imp familiar wriggling more underneath you and kind of like hitting you and getting like increasingly frustrated. And then he sees the plate or silver platter of pastries in your hand, and he reaches out and grabs one and tries to like hit you with it. And then, like, as he brings back his hand, you notice it slips out of his fingers and just lobs end over end, and it strikes Morgante squarely in the forehead, and he like cries out in alarm. And then you see a look of shock and fear flash through Morgante's eyes. Right before a very strange sensation washes over all of you. Your skin prickles and uh, with energy, and as you look up, the wizard's form slowly begins to grow larger and larger, and you kind of glance back and forth like your companions are shrinking with you. And then with a blinding flash of white blue light, the world around you vanishes, and you appear in a very unfamiliar landscape as you kind of stagger to your feet, a little dazed, um, maybe a little nauseous from the sudden just disorientation and movement. But the landscape stretching out in front of you and in all directions seems to be barren and made of wood. The floor underneath you is hard and compact, um, and there's many divots and rigid lines and gutters between these just large slats of wood stretching out in front of you. As you kind of glance around further and kind of further inspect your surroundings, gaining your bearings, you see large metal circles kind of implanted and in very like a systematic way leading away from you. Large, what appear to be boulders of various sizes and various textures and colors um, spread out along in front of you, and it is quiet.
Damn it, Rat Snack! I want to take a rope out of my pack, and I want to make Rat Snack a belt, what I can hold on to the other end.
You're going to attempt to tie up the imp?
Yeah, I'm gonna make him like a leash, like a something around his waist rather than his neck.
Okay. Yeah, give me a athletics check. See if you can, or yeah, go ahead and give me athletics. See if you can wrestle him down some more and try and use one hand to wrap around a rope. 18.
Noise.
Oh, he also rolled an 18, but has a +3 to Dex. As you loosen your grip to try and hold him in front of you and grab a rope with your free hand, and as you kind of like start to begin to pull out the rope, he just wriggles out of your grasp and flies like 5 feet above you and just kind of hovers there, looking down at you, kind of growls a little.
I'm gonna
Seems
need a
strong
wisdom
enough.
saving throw from Rat Snack.
Yes.
Wait, what are you doing?
You'll find out. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. I shit you not, that's a natural 20.
God damn it. Fair enough. I tried to charm him.
Ugh. I'm rolling really well, and it fucking makes sense because I'm not playing in a campaign right now.
I'm gonna tell Rat Snack, you get down here, and you can't be stealing my pastries like that. You owe me one pastry right now. We'll see how this goes. You need to be bound. Come down here and let me put this rope on you.
No. I am here to help you on your mission. I am not here to be bound and leashed like a dog.
Can I throw a pastry at him?
Sure, make a
I throw a pastry so hard.
just, attack throw. I guess just D20 plus your Dex modifier, unless you're proficient in ranged. 17. I think that hits. Pretty sure. Yeah, that definitely hits. Yep. Yeah. So you just beam him in the forehead with a pastry. I mean, it's a pastry, so I'm just gonna say like a D4.
I wasn't really trying to hurt him. I just wanted to splatter a pastry across his face because he won't listen to me.
Can he make that non-lethal pastry damage?
Yeah, non-lethal pastry damage. Yeah, so you throw one of like what appears to be some sort of like fruit tart and just beam him in the forehead, and it just splatters across his face, and he just lets out like a little shriek of surprise, and then just glares at you and slowly wipes off his face.
Well, here, let me help you. And he'll pull out a flute and give it a little flourish, and a mage hand will come out of the end and just kind of windshield wiper his face.
He kind of like lets out like another cry and just like slapping away this invisible hand. Stop it! Stop it. Okay, listen. I understand it might have been my fault that the spell went wrong, but if we're gonna get out of here, we need this. I think we got shrunk down. Uh, this is. I mean, I know this pantry very well. Uh, I make my pastries. I think we need to get to the study. We need to find my master, and he should be able to bring us back. So, stop trying to tie me up, and I might lead you there, and maybe you won't die.
As long as we are all in agreement that this situation is 100% Rat Snack's fault, I agree. Let's follow him.
Well,
Well,
you
as
should
far as
have.
I'm concerned, he's the first person that got us into this. So yes, all of this is his fault. Absolutely.
He brought us the letter, and he fucked the spell, and he ruined a perfectly good bear claw. So, fuck this guy is what I'm thinking. But for now, I mean, I guess we're circumstance dictates we should be friendly.
And my mage hand will do like the two fingers pointing at his eyes and then back to mine, like I'm watching you.
So he kind of just sighs and then flies down back to be kind of level with you guys as he looks out towards the opposite end. And like I said, you see what appear from your perspective to be large boulders, but it's a very long hallway or like long room that you're in, and you see some like cracks of sunlight coming in from your right side, and the jagged wooden floors stretching out in front of you towards the large boulder type looking objects in front of you. What would the party like to do?
Can I make a perception check on the boulders?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, hold on. Tapping this. I'm using D&D Beyond on the mobile. It's not as bad. Okay. Perception. +4. Nice. Damn it. Less nice. 9?
Um, yeah, as far as you can tell, they look like rocks. They look like big chunks of stuff.
Perfect. I follow the imp.
Right.
Following behind, kind of grumbling to himself. Herb's just gonna be, God damn, as if it wasn't bad enough feeling short already. Now I'm even shorter.
Fred slides his flute back into its holster and slides his war drum out and just kind of gently taps the tips of his fingers on it very lightly. Nothing too crazy. Just a little background music for everybody.
All right, so I got the imp in the front, Radizan, and then Ham and Herbert. You were behind, or no, Fret and Herbert. You were behind Ham.
Ham is trying to stay as close to the imp as possible. I got plans. I got plans for Rat Snack. He doesn't know it yet, but
Yeah.
And Hiv was right behind him.
All right, so you guys are kind of traveling forward in a small group. Radizan's kind of like leading you across very like slowly and hesitantly. Um, and as you get closer, he's kind of leading you just directly across. As you kind of make your way through, getting closer to these boulder-looking objects, you begin to notice that you start to see a difference in texture and um, colors. And as you come up on it, you finally notice and kind of realize what these are made out of. These are not actually stone. These are what appear to be stale crumbs and pieces of bread and cheese that are kind of ranging anywhere from size, like the size of a regular buckler shield to small house, like a cottage. Just giant crumbs. Well, in your perspective, would appear to be giant crumbs. Um, so as you continue to make your way forward, you begin to hear these kind of like right when you get on the crumbs, you're marveling at the vastness of the world around you. Pantry's wooden floor, you know, once at your normal size would have been smooth and unremarkable, now appears as a rugged landscape dotted with what appear to be these pale boulders, but they're actually, as you've gotten closer, you notice they're just crumbs of bread and cheese of monster size. And as you're kind of staring around in wonder and taking in this environment that is completely foreign to you, a very ominous drone begins to fill the air. And then everyone's glancing around, and then you look up and find that you see a giant, well, what would normally be small, minuscule to you, but at this size appears to be a giant horsefly. Just this ominous low drone, beating of their wings, and it's borderline the size of a dragon. And this insect's lance-like proboscis lowers as if sensing a meal, and then in a frenzy panic, it kind of just darts around back and forth at an impressive speed, moving around you, kind of appearing to be like almost smelling the air as it locates you and trains its sights on you. And I need everyone to roll initiative.
Had a weird feeling that's where this was going.
Ham got a 12.
It's an 18 for Fret.
All right.
19 for HIV.
All right. So get this all down. Fred, you said 18?
Yeah, I believe that's what he said.
Yep, sorry, I was muted.
19. All right. So, gonna send a pic of the map. And so red is going to be Radazan the Imp. White is Ham. Brett, you'll be green. In HIV, you will be yellow. One second.
What were the first two on that? I caught Fred as green and HIV yellow.
Radazan the Imp is red, and Ham is white. The little white. All right, so first up is HIV.
And how far up into the air is the horsefly?
It's currently only it's about 10 feet up in the air. Yeah, 10 feet.
All right. I'm going to step 5 feet to the right. I'm going to take shots with the light crossbow.
Alrighty. 5 feet to the right. Roll me some attack rolls.
Uh, 16 plus 8, so 24 and 19.
Both hit.
Sweet. That's going to be 7 points piercing and 10 points piercing.
So 17 total piercing damage.
Yep.
Alrighty. Anything else we want to do?
No, I'm just gonna make sure my shield's in place and switch over to my rapier, hoping it attacks me for hurting it.
Alright. Alright, so yeah, as you fire off these shots, kind of take a knee and in quick succession, expertly just fire off straight into the torso, one after the I'm sorry, tongue tied. One after another, you hear this odd screeching sound pierce the air as you strike true with both bolts, and it kind of you see its giant bulbous multifaceted eyes kind of flick towards you real quick as it's kind of darting back and forth. You know, it's very erratic. The not only the movements but the eye line of this beast is just very erratic and all over the place. Next up is Brett.
You said this thing is how high?
It is 10 feet off the ground currently.
Okay.
Only difference in the map is I've moved 5 feet to the right.
Interesting. Damn it! I wish we had a chance to like react first because I was going to cast Speak with Animals, but doesn't seem like it really applies here.
You totally still can. Go for it.
Yeah, they are considered in this stat block. They are considered beasts. So
All right. Fuck it.
If
I don't
you want
actually.
to.
I mean, like, I have some offensive capabilities, but as far as range goes, I didn't really build for that. So fuck it. I cast Speak with Animals, and I imagine he just kind of like the beat picks up on that hand drum he's been tapping along to, and he's just like the opening to Down with the Sickness, and then he just looks at the creature, and he says, "If you stop now, we won't kill you." And he'll walk straight toward it and not do anything aggressive as he calls this out to the beast.
All right, I'm trying to read in the language of it really quick because unsurprisingly, flies do not have a high intelligence. All right, so you are kind of like making a just direct line. Do you want to use your full movement or only move like a certain amount of?
We'll say 15 feet toward it.
So you kind of move around. So you're standing next to a Radazan, and I'll send an updated pic in a second. And you said if you just like stop you, you won't kill you or something.
Yeah, Basically calling out to be like, if you stop attacking us, we won't kill you.
All right. So all you kind of hear back is food, 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 lots of food, more food, fresh food.
And Fret will call out to the party and say, it wants food. Feed it the imp.
You read my mind. Rat snack, more pastries.
All right. Next up is going to be Ham. I'm sending an updated pic now.
Okay, so let's see here. This beast is a bit far away. I got rat snack chilling right in front of me. I'm gonna move forward like 10 feet or so. This thing's still flying in the area.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Because then I will use my Way of the Sun Soul feature, which is the Radiant Sunbolt. So I gain a new attack option that you can use with the attack action. This special attack is a ranged spell attack with a range of 30 feet. So I'd like to move within 30 feet if possible. Figured the 10 feet would do her, but you're proficient with it. You add your dex mod to its attack damage and rolls. Its damage is radiant, and its damage die is a d4. This die changes, you gain monk levels, yada yada yada. So anyway, I like to think of it as also I'm gonna burn a key point to be able to do this as a standard action and a bonus action. So I'll take 2 separate attacks at him. I like to think of it as kind of like a very Dragon Ball Z type of a moment, as I just kind of launch some energy from my palms towards this creature.
All right. So I just got you kind of swapping sides with Radazan. So you're kind of in front of him and now instead of behind him. Is that kind of where you want to be?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So is this an attack roll or saving throw?
It'll be an attack roll from me. I was just making sure. Okay, it is +7. So, ooh, critical hit on the first one.
Oh, Jesus.
23 to hit on the second.
Oh yeah, both hit.
Okay, so I'm probably just gonna do the 2d6 instead of 1d6 for the crit. So crit damage comes out to 12.
Nice.
And then the and the normal attack comes out to an additional 5. So 17 damage altogether from these beams of energy that are kind of shot from my palms.
All right. Nice. Yeah. So you could just kind of take a few steps forward and just like monk slide underneath, very parkour like underneath the floating imp in front of you, and pop back up to your feet in front of him, and just like in one fluid motion, just kind of air punch, kind of like palm fist these 2 energy bolts straight towards this giant flying fly. And they hit him again square in the torso, almost exactly with your monk precision, almost exactly where the 2 bolts that were shot in it earlier are sticking out. And you see kind of reel back and kind of let out another screech in pain as you guys are doing some damage for sure. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
I'm gonna look real hard at fucking at the imp. I don't think about the last one shot I was in.
All right. So next up is the fly. Is that an action? Yes, it is. All right. Seeing that it's taking some hits, This fly is gonna do a little something something. All right. All right, so as you it's kind of like taking these two bolts to the chest and then or whatever the fly has that is closest to a chest. And then the two beams of key energy, you hear it beat its wings even faster, and this deafening drone fills the air, and it lets out another little screech, and that succeeds. So as it starts beating its wings and like this drone deep resonating sound fills the air, you quickly hear another almost matching pitch sound of beating wings start to fill this space. And then you all look to your left and you see another fly of similar size and appearance kind of fly out of the darkness and kind of hovering around roughly about 25-ish feet away from you guys now. But after it does that, it is gonna circle around. What's its flight speed? 60 feet. All right. So it kind of circles around you guys and kind of gets on the same side of its newly appeared ally. And that will be its turn. I'm gonna roll initiative for the new fly. Updated pick in the map. Updated pick in the chat. Oh, that's much better than the first fly. Sorry, guys. And last at the bottom of the round is Radizan, the imp. He is gonna, his eyes just kind of dart and head whips back and forth, seeing the kind of situation he's in and the new enemy that has quickly flown into the scenario. He is going to take his full movement and dart directly backwards. So actually, let me send another picture. I should have waited until after I did Radizan's turn. But here's another picture.
Does that provoke since he was right next to Ham Jam?
You guys at the time were not considered enemies, so I would say you guys agreed to be allies for the moment, for the time being. So I would say it does not incur a opportunity attack. But now we are back at the top of the round, which is actually the new fly. Rolled really well on initiative. So this new fly is going to move full speed and drop down, hovering just 5 feet over the ground, right between Ham and Brett, I believe. Yes, right between Ham and Fret. And he is going to take a melee attack at. I'm gonna roll a d2. Flip coin. See who he attacks because he's just getting in here. No one's hurt him yet. That's gonna be Ham. Ham, he is taking a shot at you with his proboscis. Just kind of, I don't know, what flaps his little weird tubey claw thing at you. I don't know fly biology that well, so apologies. That is a not good. That's a 7 to hit.
Hits. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so you
You're looking for a
just
19 on me.
you just deftly dodged this. It's not even an issue. You were barely even looking at him, and you just got to tilt your head out of the way, and it just swings right by you.
You guys, it's trying to suck me.
Maybe. All right, next up is HIV. What you gonna do? Let me
So, seeing the new fly right above the ground, I am going to charge.
Alrighty. You gonna move up within melee range? Just directly forward?
Yes. Yes.
Alright. What you got?
I'll take 2 swings with my rapier. A 23. No, yeah, 24. And a 13.
First one hits, second one just misses.
All right. 3 plus 6 for 9.
Alright.
And as a bonus action, I am going to action surge.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, use that fighter shit.
And take another set of swings.
Alrighty.
It's going to be a 25 and a 16.
Both hit. Give me some damage.
The 11 and 11. So 22 points piercing.
Nice.
And that'll end my turn.
Yeah, so you just dart up and just was it you said it was a rapier you have?
Yep.
Yeah, so you just dart up and just start, just beautiful fencing style swordsmanship, and you're just stabbing, and he's able to dodge one of them, but 3 of your strikes hit true, and you do some very good damage to this fly. You see some weird purplish, blackish blood kind of spew out as you're piercing into its torso. Anything else you want to do with your turn, or is that it?
That's it. I'm good.
All right. Next up is Fret. You got a fly right in front of you, now within melee range, and then a fly to the left of you, about 15 feet away, that is still hovering about 10 feet in the air.
I imagine still tapping along on the drum with his left hand. He'll reach across, and as he pulls the blade out, he'll swipe up toward the fly with a long sword. And damn, that's a 4 for an 8, so I'll miss.
And unfortunately,
And I'm gonna inspire Ham
nice. All right.
with my bonus action and stay right where I'm at.
All right. So what's that at level 5? Is that a D6?
D8.
D8. Okay.
How do you inspire me, sir?
Yeah, how do you inspire him? Good question.
Oh, that is a good question. Oh, Jesus, I can't think of anything on the spot.
Pick a song.
He's already tapping along. He's just going back to Down with the Sickness. These are flies. They're probably diseased.
Very nice.
All right. And next up as fate would have it, is Ham. You have a D8 inspiration. You got one fly in front of you within melee range, and a fly to your left, 10 feet away, 10 feet up.
Which one is the one that I blasted with my chi earlier?
That is the one that is further away and 10 feet in the air still. So it's to your, if your stage, or is that stage left? I don't know. It's to your left,
Okay, so damn.
not the one right to you.
Okay, I'm going to use my standard action to make a couple of melee attacks against the fly. Just fists, a couple of punches, but I'm also going to burn another key point to use flurry of blows and make 2 more attacks on my bonus action for a total of 4 attacks. So
All right. Yeah, give me some attack rolls.
okay, so I got a nat 20, a 12, an 18, and a 13.
All right. Well, the 12 and the 13 do not hit, but the nat 20, obviously, and the 18 do hit.
Okay, so the critical hit will be 14 bludgeoning damage, followed by another 7. I like to think that I just kind of take off on this fly, just a flurry of blows, and I'm keeping pace with the punches, with the down with the sickness going on in the background. You know.
Nice. Beautiful. Yeah, you just let out these punches. A couple kind of glance off as it flinches from your the previous punches. They kind of glance off a little bit off its hide, but or carapace. But one especially, very solid hits, and you can see that you're starting to make some good dents in this thing. All right. Next up is the second fly, who is going to.
Oh, damn it. What do you say that I can? Do you think it's too late to retcon adding that bardic to one of my attacks?
I'll allow it.
So does a dirty 20 hit?
Yeah, either one of them, the 12 or the 13 with a +6 would have hit. So another 7 damage. Nice.
Shit, I hit the wrong button, but yeah, 7.
Still worked out somehow. All right, yeah. Nice.
Sick.
All right, so the second fly starts, you hear that deep, droning, awful, terrible sound fill the air again as it kind of just like slowly kind of shifts back and forth and its wings beating together. And I need everyone to make a not a dexterity, constitution saving throw.
23 for the HIV.
13 for Brett.
Oh, dirty 20.
30-20, yep.
All right, you all succeed. You kind of feel this, like as like the cacophony of sounds of these wings flapping and the deep resonating droning kind of like pulses in your ears. Your like vision starts to waver slightly, and you, especially you, Fred, you kind of start to slowly feel this your conscience fading slightly, but you're able to shake it off and you stand up straight You all succeeded. The fly is going to still move around behind the party and end its turn there. I'll take an updated pick and send it. Next up is Razan. He's chilling. You see, if anyone kind of looks around, they kind of just notice him just kind of like hovering in the back, kind of sitting back and just watching and waiting. So we're back at the top of the round, which is the second fly. He is going to make an attack at you, Ham, because you hit him last. They have short memories. You were the last one to do a damage. He's going for you. That's a natural one. God damn it. So that's a miss. It's just going to stay there. HIV, you are up next.
They're trying to suck me, you guys. Be careful.
All right, I'm gonna go back after the one we've been wailing on.
All right.
All right, a 25. I'm going to expend a superiority die. For an 18. So a 25 and an 18 to hit.
Oh, yes. Yeah, those both it.
Will be 7 plus 6, 13, plus 9 for 22 damage.
Oh, right, nice.
And that will end my turn.
All right. Yeah, you throw in another couple stabs at this beast, and it just starts like pouring out blood and viscera, and it's looking worse for wear. It kind of like drops down and like almost like pushes off the ground to like hover back in the air again. Um, and Fret, you are up next.
After his terrible swing previously, he will brandish his long sword kind of in a large arcing motion over his head and swipe downward toward the fly. God
Alright.
damn it. And he rolled a 5. So slightly better. Fuck, that's a 9. How is my hit with my longsword so low?
What's your strength?
I guess it's not a finesse weapon, yeah. Damn.
I was going to say, are you proficient with heavier weapons?
No, I
Yep.
am proficient with longswords, so I get my proficiency bonus, but unfortunately, I don't have a lot of strength. And I'm so used to playing dexterity-based characters that I didn't think about the longsword not being a finesse weapon. I built this in like 10 minutes flat because I was running late. So, oh well. Fuck it. He's not good with a sword. It makes sense he's a bard.
Oh, you take another mighty swing, full of heart, but it kind of glances off towards the side. Anything else you want to do? So you got a bonus action movement.
He'll just call out and be like, "These hands were meant for making music, not killing beasts." And he's gonna sheathe his longsword. I guess as a free action, and just stay where he's at.
All right. Ham, you're up next. You got a hurt-looking fly in front of you, and seeing some damage, but not still looking hardy. fly behind the rest of your party?
Let's see. I think I'm going to continue to land some blows on the fly in front of me as I turn to Fret, who just sheathes his weapon. I'm like, no, don't give up. What are you doing? And then I start punching this fly.
All right, run with some attack rolls. Oh yeah, both hit.
Nice. Come on, what are the odds I roll 2 ones on the damage after that? But it comes out to 5, so 10 total points of damage as I pummel one of these flies.
All right, yeah, you just 2 swift strikes to its face, and it kind of drops to the ground. It's still kind of buzzing slightly, but it's kind of like wavering back and forth. I mean, this thing is still pretty massive in front of you. It's like probably you had to like leap up a little bit to strike it in the face, but it's bigger than a Clydesdale. Let's put it at that. So we're probably like a moose, like a full grown male moose, just kind of standing in front of you. And it just drops to the ground heavily. It's like the dust around you all kind of like flutters out as it lands, and its wings are like kind of beating erratically and frantically, but it's sitting on the ground and it's looking pretty hurt.
As the wings are kind of buzzing around, I imagine it's like creating like a little bit of a wind, a little bit of noise. So I kind of call out above the wind and the noise, guys, now hear me out. I got a lot of rope. What are the odds we could ride one of these things? That'll be it. That's the end of my turn.
All right. Next up is the other fly. It's gonna take. Roll a d2. I somehow cocked a d2. It landed on its side. I shit you not. All right, that's. Sorry, Fret. That's you. It's gonna take a swing at you with its weird little mouth tube thing that flies have. God damn it! I'm rolling fucking shit on attack rolls for these. It's a 9 to hit.
Well, don't act so special. I rolled a 4 and a 5.
And so it swings at you, and you just kind of like get uh, that weird Avatar moment where you feel the tingling of the hair on your neck as this thing starts to swing down towards you, and you just duck straight down, and it just swings right over your head instead of clobbering you right in the back of the skull. Um, that's going to be its turn. Back to Radazan. He's still chilling. So back to the top of the round. To the fly. He's panicking at this moment because he is on death's door. He is also going to try and. Yeah, another just out of sheer, just pure instinct of if I'm going to die, everything around me is going to die with me. And he starts beating his wings at a frantic pace, causing that same droning, deep, resonating sound kind of pulsing through all of your skulls. And, the black and whites crossing your vision. I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw.
$15.
19.
All right. Bam.
30-20.
Damn.
Fucking
Alright,
fly.
Yeah, you all shake it off again and kind of look at this fly, and if a insect could look panicked and frightened, it looks panicked and frightened. But that's going to be its turn. We are now on to HIV. The map has not changed, so that last map is still current. What are you going to do?
Put this fly out of its misery.
All right, roll me some attack rolls. It's pretty low, so I would do 1 against this one.
All right.
Not too much, in case you want to use that second attack somewhere else.
dirty 20.
Yeah, that hits. Yeah, roll me some damage.
8 points.
All right, how do you want to do this?
Let's see. It does piercing. So as it's flittering on the ground, trying to buzz, he'll just say, "Shush," and stab it.
All right, yeah, as it's kind of fluttering, and you see it's like as panicked as the fly could look, panicked looking face looking down at you. You just stab upwards right through its skull, and the wings immediately stop, and like almost like rigor mortis, it just topples over on its side. Yeah, 8 was exactly what you needed.
And then as he pulls out the rapier, he swings it backwards. So for the extra attack on the other fly.
All right, yeah. Roll me another 2 hit.
27
Oh yeah, that definitely hits.
for 9 points piercing damage.
All right, nice.
And I'm good.
All right, next up is Brett. You just saw this fly drop dead in front of you, and you got one buzzing behind you.
You might be muted.
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
Oh, you got one fly dead in front of you, just dropped to the ground as a HIV stabbed it through the skull. And you got one still buzzing behind you.
Would you say it's within melee range?
Yeah, it dropped down within melee range to make its attacks.
And after sheathing his longsword, he looks down at his dagger and he pulls it out, kisses it, turns around, and just 2 hands jumps up in the air and tries to bring the dagger down in a shot at redemption.
All right.
So I get a +8 with daggers.
Ooh,
And I rolled another fucking 5 for a 13.
that's exactly what you needed to hit.
Oh, thank God. I'm dropping a point of fucking bardic inspiration. All I've wanted to do is get 1 hit so I could do this shit. God damn it. I'm dropping psychic blades.
All right, nice.
You are taking an additional 3d6. It's like sneak attack for bards. Fuck
Hell
that
yeah.
fly. God damn it.
Kill
So
it.
happy something finally landed. It just has to be a fucking d4. Let's see. 1d4 plus 5. That's a 3. There's 8. And then plus an additional 10, 11, 19 damage total.
Nice. That's a good hit. Yeah, you just looking a little desperate, just let out a bardic war cry and jump into the air, and just both hands just down into like right between its eyes and kind of drag down a little bit as you fall back to the floor, and you deal some decent damage to this fly. It like kind of rears its head back and like shakes it, screeches, starting to look pretty hurt.
And as a bonus action, would you allow me to use my offhand for an additional dagger attack? since I'm holding the dagger in both hands.
Why not? Yeah, let's go for it.
That's a dirty 20.
Nice. Yeah, that is.
Take an additional 3 points of damage.
All right. You, as it kind of rears its head back, you kind of see one of its legs in the air in front of you, and you just kind of quickly just like swing your dagger out and just kind of nick it across the leg, do a little bit extra damage.
And he calls out and he just goes, Ham! The tribe said I was never meant for this type of work, but did you see that? I did it!
I slow clap.
That'll be his turn.
And that actually leads us to you, Ham.
Ham, tries to get this slow clap going, looking around, and then just turns and starts pummeling the shit out of this fly.
Go ahead. All right, let's get some attack rolls.
Ooh, first one's a nat 1, so I'm going to say that probably misses. That's a bummer. Bummer. And how about a critical hit after that? That's the third one this session.
Jesus, yeah. That definitely is.
Boo! Only 7 damage on that.
Oh. Yeah, you just kind of just run up and uppercut it after it's rearing back from getting its head and leg sliced a bit, and it kind of screeches again. Then it's actually down to the fly's turn. It's gonna go for you, Fret, because you heard it the most recently. That's actually that's
Seems
gonna be the
alright.
first
I'm a
hit.
formidable foe.
Does a 17 hit?
Oh, fuck you. I have a 17 AC.
Well, that's the first
Hang on,
time.
is there anything I can do here?
Anything?
No, I don't have cutting words. That's a different bard class. Son of a bitch. Yeah, that hits.
Well, it's the first time any of these flies have done anything to you guys. So, oh, but yeah, this is a doozy. Yeah. All right. That's good. Well, 17. That is 17 piercing damage as this proboscis kind of just sweeps down and just swings around and latches onto your shoulder and pierces through your armor and
I'm going
into
to
your
use Stone's Endurance to lessen that damage by 1d12 plus 3
Okay.
as a Goliath.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea because it also does acid damage.
Sweet. I'm taking 8 points off of that.
All right. So take 8 points off of that. Then it's also doing as it kind of like latches onto you, you feel this like pulse of like this liquid kind of oozing out of its proboscis and partially into your shoulder and then kind of dripping down the sides of your arm as it deals an extra. Jesus Christ. Listen, this said it was for level 4s, and I told you guys to do the level 5. That is 12, 15, 21 points of acid damage on top of
What the fuck? On top of the 17 points of piercing?
Yep. It's a proboscis melee weapon. Attack plus 5. One creature hit 46 plus 2 piercing damage and 76 acid damage.
Jesus fucking Christ. That's just a basic attack?
So it's probably good that I've missed all but one.
Yeah, no shit. Even with Stone's Endurance, that's half my health in one hit.
Well, remember, those CR ratings are for a party of 4.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it's a party of 4 level 4s, and we're doing 3 level 5s. So it's, But yeah, that's its turn. Next,
Yeah, I imagine it goes to bite me, and he like flexes it first with that stone's endurance, and then the acid kicks in, and he's just like, "Oh, fuck! Get it off! Get it off! Get it off!"
So I took the Sentinel feat at 4. So since he took an attack on somebody that's not me, but within 5 feet of me, I get to use my reaction to attack him.
Go for it. Yeah, good feat choice. Sentinel's dope.
19.
19 hits.
Let's try you out. Nope. 7.
7. All right. So you just see this proboscis latch onto Fred's shoulder, and he just kind of flex and looks all confident. It's like, oh, that didn't hurt that much. And then you see this gush of acid just pour out of it, and him start panicking, and just out of instinct, you just reach out and stab like right underneath the jaw, and it screeches, and like the proboscis flies off of him, and instinct to get away. And you do decent damage. It's looking pretty hurt. So that's going to be its turn. Radazan is up next. He's still sitting down on the ground, kind of like leaning up against the wall, crisscross applesauce, just observing.
I'm gonna call out to Radazan and tell him, "Hey, you better help us, or you're next, dude."
I was paid for a guide. Next up, it is back to you. Actually, I've
2
Okay.
more attacks.
2 more attacks. All right, let's go.
Lowest one is a 21.
Yeah, they both hit.
7 plus 12, 19 points piercing.
How do you want to do this again?
So after giving him the one stab, he just brings the rapier back and does a X in front of him, just slicing off the wings and plunging into his body.
All right. There's another fly in a very elegant and dramatic fashion drops dead. Um, and as this happens, Radazan like kind of gets up to his feet, flaps his wings, and flies back over to you. Oh, that was a really good fight, guys. Yeah, so we should be on our way now. I was just told to guide you guys, and I'm more used to my master if I'm alive than dead. So I just thought I'd hang out while you guys, the professionals, take care of this. But yeah, let's go. I can lead us onwards. And he just kind of starts slowly, kind of moving past you guys towards the opposite wall.
Oh, sure. Now you want to fucking help, little gremlin.
He just kind of shrugs and chuckles a little bit.
I'll follow him, but my eyes are narrowed the whole time. The whole time, I'm not paying attention to nothing else. I'm staring holes in the back of this guy's head.
When he turns his back on me, I'm gonna need another wisdom saving throw from you.
Ooh, all right. Oh, I'm pretty sure that fails. Yeah,
Your,
yeah, that fails.
your boy is charmed.
All right, yeah. So he just kind of, as he's moving away, he just bows to a stop, and then just kind of turns back towards you, Fred, and just this big, toothy grin spreads across his face. And while because of the spell, it's a friendly smile. It's kind of terrifying because I mean this is a fiend. He's got like these razor sharp teeth and this impish angular face, and it's a pretty scary smile. But because of your spell, it's oh hey, like I'm your friend now. Like I want to help you. And he just kind of smiles towards you and be like, come on, come on. Like, I know the way. I really want to help you guys get back to like your normal stature and everything. Um, I don't want you guys to get hurt here. Like, let's go.
And as he gives the big toothy grin, Fred's just like, right. Well, I'd prefer if you guide us while holding my friend here's hand, and he'll point over at oh fuck, Jesus, I am drawing a blank on the name. I'm so sorry.
Ham, Ham or Herbert?
Herbert, thank you. I was like, it's a fucking acronym, and I was trying to scroll back in chat. And I don't think he's gonna give him the ham, but he wants to see the jealousy and see what happens. he's stirring the pot.
How long does Charm Person last?
I believe up to an hour, hopefully.
I think that sounds right. I think it's an hour.
I'm pulling it up to an hour, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, no worries.
And he'll say, "Hey, by the way, if you know anything about your slave driver, could you maybe just tell us a little bit about him? We'd like to get to know the guy."
Oh, and he just kind of dutifully flies over and not even waiting for your permission, Herbert, just grabs your hand and is just kind of like hovering next to you as he kind of slowly pulls you guys in the right direction, heading towards the opposite wall. And as you're moving, walking through these giant boulders of bread and cheese crumbs, um, you see in front of you like a pretty decent sized crack in the wall of this pantry that you're in, and that appears to be what he's heading towards. But he's just, oh yeah, he just had a rough go about with his mom. From what he's told me, he used to live in the village. It was a long ways away, and his mom, very much the superstitious type. Old hags, not really open to new ideas and new things. And when she saw that he was good with magic, and he had a few accidents, nothing harmful or anything. He just tried to, I don't know, feed a feed a cow using magic and accidentally sent it flying to the next field. Um, and stuff like that. Just, little tiny mishaps here and there. And eventually his mom banished him from the village. And, he feels real sad about it. He's not really happy about it. That's why he asked you guys to come and help because he was too scared to confront his mom and tell her, hey, I accidentally sent, demon to your village because that would just be more disappointment from her. And yeah, so he means well. He's just his thoughts drift very easily in the least opportune moments. But yeah, here let's make our way through here. And he kind of like leads you through this crack and like leads you into another pantry area. It's significantly smaller, about half the size of the previous one you were in. But as you come in, you see a large carcass off to the far left side of you, like far left corner of this uh, small pantry, probably about 25 feet away. Looks to be a spider, except it's the size, in comparison to you guys right now, it's about the size of a small cottage. Like, it is ginormous. Um, and can I get a perception checks from everyone?
It's an 18.
Hold
11.
up. Gotta look up my perception.
It's 11 Hive.
Yes.
Okay, it's a +4, so 1, 3, 20. Boosh, 10.
All right. So, Heyman Hive, you're pretty enthralled with uh, Radazan's story about his master. You know, your mysterious uh, man that hired you. So you're not really kind of paying too much attention. Like you notice the giant carcass of the spider. You like acknowledge, oh yeah, that's fucking big, but yeah, we're small. Makes sense. Let's go back onto the story. But Brett, you are able to notice that you take a little closer look at the carcass, and it appears to be long decayed. Um, you know, it's the spider laying on its back, all 8 legs curled up. But as you can look closer, you see like the carapace is kind of undulating underneath and like moving, and like there's something inside of it that is kind of moving around and does not look appealing. But then as you're kind of noticing this, Radazan says like, okay, there's off to the right side. Uh might want to avoid that, but you know, that's up to you guys. But off to this right side here is the another hole that I think will get us down to the ground floor, which will be getting us much closer to where I believe Morgante will be, and he can help us get back. You know, I just really want you guys. You know, you're such good friends. I just really want you to be happy and get back to your full size.
I turn to him and I'm like, you knew Morgante was kind of a failure of a wizard, and you didn't say anything before we were getting into that summoning circle or that teleportation circle. Come on, Ratsnack. What the fuck?
You didn't ask. I mean, if you had asked about his quality of wizardry, I might have said something, but you didn't ask.
Just know, Ratsnack, you're on the list.
I like lists. Fred, am I on your list?
I write all the lists.
All right, so he kind of starts like pulling, still holding Ives' hand. He's kind of like pulling him along the right side. Kind of looks to be avoiding this spider carcass, trying to head towards this hole. Does the rest of the party follow?
Oh yeah, if he's gonna tell us to avoid something, I guess I suppose I will for the time being.
Yeah, I trust him for now, as he's charmed.
Right. So yeah, he's pulling you along, like he sticks to the right side wall and moves up to this crack. And as you can kind of look down, it's a pretty decent sized drop. Um, to you guys, it's probably this appears to be kind of like a not a overtop like over counter pantry. It's like the ones that are below the sink kind of pantry. So it's almost ground level, but it's I mean, what would be 3 inches for a normal human, like normal size human, is probably about like at least 20 feet for you guys. So it's not something you can necessarily jump, but it's not also, life threatening if you fall off in the right way. But yeah, he just kind of like looks back to you guys all excitedly with his creepy, toothy grin and just says, come on, let's go. We gotta hurry. And then he just floats down and looks back up at you expectantly.
I jump.
You just jump, you go for it. Oh, you're a
Yeah.
fucking of course you do. Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, what do you got the What do you have at level 5? Is there something? Don't they have an ability where, like,
A jump? Hold on, let me look.
I know you get something. I just can't remember what level it's at.
Let's see. Step of the Wind. Oh, no, right. That's not the right one. Hold on, I'll find it.
Does anyone else have any for the rest of the party? Have any plans on making this 20-foot climb and or jump down to the ground?
Oh, so I don't have anything, but I do have slow fall. I can use my reaction to reduce falling damage, so I would totally jump.
Yeah. What does it reduce it by?
It says you can use your reaction when you fall to reduce any falling damage you take by 25.
Oh, so with 20 feet, that's not even, it's not going to exceed 25. So you just take it. Yeah, you just 3-point landing, just kind of drop and just straight like kung fu style superhero landing, and you're fine.
Having a rope and pittance gonna climb up.
Yeah, easy enough. Yeah, if you got the, it's not a far climb. Like it's just 20 feet, so I'm not gonna take any rolls for that. Um, unless anyone wants to do anything for flavor.
Well, if he hadn't put the rope down, I was just gonna yell, "Help! I need somebody!" and jump off and hope that Ham caught me. But now that there's a rope and I'm at half health, I'm going to very cautiously slide down the rope and then cast a second level Cure Wounds on myself.
All right.
Do you need a short rest, my giant friend?
Oh, if we have time for a short rest, then I wouldn't burn a spell. And that is preferred.
I regained key points upon a short rest, so yeah, I could go nuclear in their next fight if we take a breather.
Well,
Oh yeah.
I'm sure our friend here would be more than happy to rest with us. Isn't that right? And he just kind of side eyes the imp that's charmed.
Yeah, Radazan is just like, yes, oh yes, of course, I can keep a lookout while you guys, you know, rest up for a little bit, and we'll be on our way.
I want to take a rope out of my pack and hand it to Fret and just kind of gesture towards the imp.
You know what? Honestly, I think you should wrap it around him so that he can't go anywhere. You know, like tie his arms nice and tight and whatnot. But then you should also wrap it around your back like a backpack. And he could be like one of those baby Bjorn things while you're fighting. Actually, better yet, put him on your chest, facing forward, so he can see as you're mowing people down. He'll love it.
Can I tie this imp up?
I mean, if Fret tells him to, he is charmed.
And yeah, he'll look down at the imp and just be like, you know what? Before we move further, my friend Ham here would love to give you a piggyback, but kind of like a piggy front. It'll imagine you're like a, I don't know, the medieval equivalent of a GoPro.
I'll say make a persuasion check. I'm not going to make it an incredibly hard DC, but it does say the charmed creature regards you as a friendly acquaintance. So, like, I don't know how many friendly acquaintances I would just, without thought, baby Bjorn them. So
That's a good
there's
point.
gonna be a check, but I'm not gonna make it super high just because of you do have the spell.
Well, that's a 2 for a 6.
Yeah, he just kind of like cocks his head at you. And just, well, I mean, I really want to help you out, and we are such good friends, but that just seems a little awkward. I mean, I like you. You're cool, but
Fred
he
just looks at Ham and nods, as if giving him the signal to
I
just
ta-
forcibly tie him up.
I straight up tackle this imp.
okay. Give me an athletics check to grapple.
So,
And
for the
this
record, I
will
have the
break.
feet grappler. Just so you know, if this goes down, it's all downhill for the imp.
Can I also assist him? Since I gave him the nod, and when he jumps in, I'll move forward too and try to help him grab him.
Yeah, I will say this will break the charm person spell.
Is it considered an attack though? Am
It
I?
doesn't say an attack. It's just anything harmful to it.
Yeah, we're not trying to harm him. We're just trying to tie him up. We're not going for damage.
Fair enough. Yeah. Okay.
Shit.
Well, you would get advantage because Fret is helping you.
Okay, thank God, because I rolled a 1, so that was rough. The stupid little imp just needs to be my friend forever.
Oh
Okay,
man.
25.
Good thing you rolled high. Because I rolled a natural 19.
Oh, sorry, I was rolling to hit with a grapple. I guess athletics would have been plus 4 instead, so it still would have been like a 22.
Oh no. That would be. Oh no, meets it beats. So wait, no. Because I rolled a 19 plus 3, so that's 22. So I'm contesting. So meets it beats. Would that mean I beat it or you beat it?
Would you allow me to inspire him?
A little late for inspiration. I'm sorry.
That's totally fair.
I'd
I
say
think the one
you're-
being grappled wins.
Yeah, I think I beat.
Yeah, I'd say because I'm the grappler.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
you meet, you beat. Yeah.
Yeah, because that'd be like you trying to, or yeah, yeah. So you, oh no, I'm sorry. I'm just rolling really fucking well for Radazan for some reason.
That's all right. The dice tell their own story as as Ham curses up a storm that the stupid imp flutters away before he can wrap him up in a rope.
Yeah, Fred gives you the nod as you're holding the rope, and you both lunge toward him, and he's just like, Fred, what are you, what, no, no, and then just fucking like, you kind of grab his legs, and then like fret you, like, sort of get your hands on his tail, and then he just kind of quick whack, just smacks the both of you on the back of the head, and it's enough, like a little flinch, like surprise, like not hard, but like enough to like surprise you, and he just kind of like wriggles out and flies up like 5 feet out of your grasp. And just, I would say, because yes, this is not technically harmful. You were not trying to do damage or hurt him. You were just trying to aggressively hug him. The charm spell, I would say, is still in effect. So he just kind of looks down at you a little confused, but still smiling, all weird. Fret. She's like, I kind of don't want to hug right now. Just kind of, why don't you guys rest, and then we can maybe hug later.
Well, it's simply a rite of passage with our group. Consider yourself one of us now. I mean, after all, that's what buddies do, right? We tackle each other and try to tie each other up for fun. Right, guys? And he'll just kind of look at her around at the rest of the party.
I start tying up Herbert instead.
Beautiful. All right, so yeah, he kind of leads you to like a quiet corner of this the main room, kind of behind some like a leg of one of the chairs, which is a giant pillar extending like 100 feet in the air to your perspective. But he kind of leads you behind one of those and just kind of like you hunker down. He's like, all right, You guys take a little short rest, catch your breath, and I'll keep watch. All right, all right. And he just kind of perches up, kind of with his claws dug into the wood, about 10 feet above you guys. Kind of just his head on a swivel, just looking around, making sure nothing is sneaking up on you guys.
Okay, I don't need any like hit dice back or anything, but I do regain some key points. So as I kind of meditate for a few minutes, I meditate hard on the thought of crushing myself an imp.
All right, yeah. So you all can take your whatever hit points you want to take back, hit die, or key points, whatever you get back on a short rest. 30 minutes go by, um, uneventful, except towards like the last like 3 minutes, you hear like a tiny like yelp of fear um, from Radazan. He's just like, stay down, don't move. And then as you kind of all kind of peek around, you see, you almost you hear it first. It's just this kind of almost like this rolling of thunder, just just moving across the floor about 100 feet away from you, and it's this giant, what appears to you guys, this giant centipede. I mean, it is gargantuan in size and compared to you. I mean, its armored body, segmented and the hard carapace shining bright in the light, this like deep bluish purple reflecting the light towards you guys. It's propelled by its countless legs. I mean, it's something that you've seen, I mean, hundreds of times in your normal day to day life. And it appears, not even close to harmful to you. I mean, it's a tiny little centipede, but seeing at this point of view is just terrifying. I mean, it is,
Honey, I Shrunk the PCs.
yeah, it is. I mean, it is adorned with this thick layer of armor glinting in the dim light, and it's just skittering across at this breakneck speed. And just the sheer size and power from this point of view is just, I mean, this is like, you'd probably want to face a adult dragon at your normal size than this thing. It is terrifying as it just skitters across the floor, and Radazan just kind of, his back is just planted firmly against the leg of this chair as he tries to like make himself as small as possible and as little sound as possible as this thing just kind of slowly moves and then just moves across the room in the opposite direction, and he just lets out this deep sigh of relief. But then he kind of, after like a few moments of quiet and the rolling thunder of its many legs fades off into the distance, kind of glides down to you guys. All right, well we should probably go now before another one of those shows up. I know the way to the study. If you follow me, we should hurry. Should go.
I follow for sure.
Yo,
Right. Everyone else following?
oh yeah.
Yep.
All right. So he hurriedly moves you along through this vast environment of giant chairs and tables and rugs that reach up past your head like enormous forests, and lead you to what you can now see is a door, and you're able to crawl underneath it, and you move into a small room. Well, what would be small? It's smaller than the last room you were in, but still miles across in your current perspective. Um, and you got about 10 feet of the wooden floor that you've grown accustomed to. This kind of cavernous and divots and dents inside this wooden paneling that you've been, hopping across. Um, but then in front of you spreads a large purple forest, for lack of a better term. Um, but as you look closer, it looks fibrous, and you can tell that it is obviously a rug. Um, there's trails in and out of it just from wear and tear and other small insects, or just the general walking of the wizard himself. So there are divots here and there that you can kind of traverse it, but it does feel like you're kind of walking through a forest of, like a heavily wooded forest with pretty decent undergrowth. So it's not easy walking, but it's not too arduous. But you make your way in, and on the far wall, you can see off in the distance, from what it looks to you, maybe, I don't know, like a mile and a half away from you, you see the large looming figure of the wizard, Morgante. And Radazan gets all excited, like, "Oh, like, yes, yes, we made it. I knew he would be here. Um, we got to keep moving forward. Let's go." And what does party like to do? They like to keep moving forward through this forest of shag 80s purple rug. That's what I imagined when I read the material. It's like this large purple rug with like rugged material that looks like a forest. I was like, that's a shag carpet.
Oh, for sure. I would. What are the options? Is it like if we go straight towards the wizard, do we go through the shag carpet, or is there an option to like skirt the rug, or are we just in it?
This rug encompasses, as far as you can tell. I mean, it's kind of hard to see too far just because, it's kind of like looking out on a flat plains trying to see how far the grass grows. Like it's pretty massive expanse to you guys. So it appears from your perspective like you kind of can't really go around it. Like it's cut in through.
Through the rug, it is. I guess I'm kind of prepare myself as I walk through this purple forest of fibers.
Right. Yeah, and as you're walking through, like you're seeing like dead insects, like the empty uh chitin and carapace of various insects that they've long dead. Um, these long gray fibers that you can only assume is the hair falling off of uh, Morgante. Plucky skin looking fibers that might be like dead skin. Like it's kind of gross as you're moving through this. Like it's just kind of collecting all this dust and dead material of various origin.
Herb's just gonna say, your cleaning abilities are a joke and absurd, dear boy.
Hey, I just do all the baked goods. I don't really clean up that well. But yeah, as you keep moving forward, it's a slow moving as you're kind of working through this essential forest of a rug. Um, Radazan is looking a little impatient, but he's staying by your side due to the nature of your friendly bard's arcane arts. Um, but as you keep moving forward, you start to hear this flapping of what sounds like a flapping of wings. moving through the carpet, and you kind of see the fibers moving, like shifting as it like moves closer to you, and then you hear a loud screech, a deafening, awful sound, deep and resonating as it pierces your brains. um, and then it just bursts through the fibers in front of you, and you see this giant, very large, probably about the size of the flies that you battled, if not a little larger. Um, and it kind of looks familiar, according to a description that you heard earlier today. It's got large black feathered wings and a bipedal body that is covered in a light fur, like uh, stringy and oily fur that is kind of coating through its body, and a leathery skin underneath, and then these very large talons that lead up to a very elongated neck and a bird type face with this long, pointed, dangerously sharp beak and razor sharp teeth on the inside. And it just catches sight of you and just lets out this deafening screech again. And Radazan flinches for a moment and then darts behind you, Fret, and says, that's the Vrock. That's him. And I need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh, and as he does that, would you allow me, since he's still charmed, to be like, actually, friend, I'd like to protect you, but in order to do that, I'm going to need you in front of me.
Uh, okay. And he kind of swivels around, still like he's like just moved directly in front of you, like he's inches from your nose. He's not trying to get any closer to this fiend.
Fine by me. Thank you, Meat Shield. That's a 23 initiative.
All right, 23 for Brett. Is that a 7 for Hive and a 18 for Ham?
Correct.
Alright.
Oh yeah.
We get the plus 2 to initiative. Oh, dirty 20. So, wait. $23.
What are the odds that Rat Snack hit the wizard with a fucking pastry when he was casting the last spell, too? This imp is reckless. We'd be doing the world a favor by taking him out, you guys. I mean, seriously.
Oh shit, actually. Radazan and the Rock rolled the same initiative. Next up is no, Cam. With an 18. Hive with your shit. All right, so first up is Crit with a 23.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, send a pic of the map. So Hive is in front, or Radazan is in front of you. Kind of just gotten through into this thing. So it's about 20-ish feet from you. 20, 25.
Oh, perfect. So since it's within 30 feet, he'll take one look at this thing, and keeping Radazan between it and him as a meat shield, essentially, he's just gonna call out, and he's gonna say, "What did the triangle say to the circle? You're pointless!" And he's gonna cast Hideous Laughter.
All right.
Okay, that one got me.
Okay. Well, what saving throw was that? Wisdom?
That is a Wisdom saving throw.
That's your DC? Oh, shit.
What'd you roll?
I'm sure it failed. I got a 6.
Yeah, it was a 14.
All right, so it's he's prone, right?
I am dropping it in chat, but yes, you are prone, considered incapacitated. There it is, in chat.
All right. I'm gonna stand up for the duration. Okay, so make a wisdom saving throw at the end of each turn or when it takes damage. Advantage on saving throw if it's triggered by damage on a success spell once. Okay. Yeah, so it is currently prone and incapacitated. I believe incapacitated means melee attacks, or is it all attacks have advantage? Or is it that a
I
natural?
think it's melee attacks within 5 feet.
Incapacitated is they just can't take actions or reactions.
But also prone.
Oh, but prone, yeah, so they're prone too, which means prone creatures only movement options to crawl unless it stands up, and disadvantage on attack rolls. The attack rolls have advantage if the attacker is within 5 feet. Yeah. Otherwise, the attack roll has disadvantage. So range attacks will have disadvantage. Melee attacks will have advantage. And it is can't take actions or reactions. So yeah. Okay. Yeah, so he is down on the ground. You're lucky it has telepathy because it can understand from that. So I think telepathy is kind of it can just understand all things, sort of.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And then he'll just call out to the party and be like, "Well, boys, he's down for the moment, but if you hit him, he comes right back. So maybe coordinate your attacks and whatnot." And then he'll just do the guitar lick to Final Countdown and inspire HIV.
Yeah, so it is just like this monstrous creature just on the ground rolling around with this honestly terrible sort of cackling, screeching, monstrous kind of, I mean, I guess you could say it's a laugh, but it is kind of almost as frightening as its visage. It is not a good sound. But yeah. Anything else you want to do, or is that your turn?
I think I'll move. We'll say I'm just gonna take one step forward. We'll leave it there.
All right. Well, there is Ratazan in front of you. I
Can
mean,
I
he's
push him with me so he moves 5 feet forward too?
yeah, I mean, yeah, you can do that. That would take some of your movement to push, but you're only using some of it anyway. All
Yep.
right.
So as
Next,
he plays the guitar lick, he just kind of kicks Radazan in the ass, moves him forward, and takes a step forward.
yeah, so next up is actually Ratazan. Um, I man, I'm gonna play this because he doesn't want to be there, but he's also charmed.
So do we coordinate attacks, or do we bypass the creature altogether and then tell the wizard that he's got a shitty bug he needs to squish out in his carpet?
Alright, yeah. So I'm gonna say Radazan, he stays put, but he is like borderline like clinging to you like a drowning dog trying to get up on top of you and like he's like the spell is causing him to stay put, but his like pure instincts are fighting that, so he's like kind of in this weird in between state of like his body wants to move but his mind is telling him to stay, so he's kind of like clinging onto you, Brett, and like trying to, you know, in this weird state of running away but also staying put and strange. But that is going to be his turn. Next up is the Rock. So he's can't do anything, so he's going to make his wisdom saving throw. See if he can break this. Are you serious? I rolled another fucking 2. So that's a failure. So he's still just cackling there on the ground. Um, that's all I've got. So next up is Ham.
Well, Ham is gonna have to go ham. So are we engaging this creature then? I guess it's a little late. Let's see. What's the distance between me and this creature? I'd like to move close, but not too close. If I could get within, I don't know, 20, 25 feet.
I mean, you're within 25 feet right now. You're about 20 feet away.
Perfect. I will use the uh, radiant sunbolt again, where I get to make a, kind of like the Dragon Ball Z beam of charge up a bit of energy in my hand and then blast it forth. And I will use a key point to do the same with my bonus action as well.
I
Uh,
so hope that you fail the saves every time that he hits you. Because it would just be hysterical to watch him pummel this thing as it's cackling.
So my first one's a nat 1, but the next one is a 22.
all right, yeah, 22 hits.
Okay, so it's radiant damage when as I let this beam come flying out of my palm and it crashes into this entity, and it would be, let's see, ooh damn, rolling low here, another 1, but comes out to 5, so 5 radiant damage.
All right.
And oh yeah, I want to close the gap. I want to uh use the rest of my movement to kind of get within melee of this thing.
Alrighty. Yeah, you quite easily sprint up towards it, the giant laughing, cackling creature on the ground.
All right, sweet. And I did damage, so he'd have to make his save again.
Oh, yes, you did. And I actually missed it the last time. So I'm just gonna let it slide. But I misread. The rock has advantage on saving throws against spells or other magical effects, has magic resistance that I did not see. So this time I'm gonna roll with advantage, but I missed it last time. I rolled another fucking 2 on the first die, and then a fucking 9 plus
Hot
4.
damn.
That's 13. That still fails.
Yeah, it does.
Gotta be shitting me. All right. So next up is going to be Hive. I'm gonna have to pause you right there. I've been trying to last until the end of the session, but I really have to go to the bathroom. So I'm gonna let you have some time to think about what you're gonna do while I run to the bathroom real quick.
Word. We should have just told the wizard that he needs to run the vacuum. And then it would have all been over. One well placed, unseen servant, and we could have fixed this whole problem,
How funny would that have been too if like because I do recognize reading this one shot somewhere online, but I didn't pick up on it until he started talking about like the teleportation going wrong, and I was like, ah, son of a bitch! Like, how funny would it have been to just be like, yeah, man, just kill the bug, and just cut him off right at the ankles.
Or just not knowing, like when we met the wizard, steal his rug, you know?
Yeah, just walk in the house and dick move, just light the rug on fire. Just an arsonist.
We could have just went murder hobo and fought the wizard.
Honestly, it would have been funny since Radazan was like, well, yeah, if you asked, I would have told you that he's not a good wizard. Then we could have walked in and just been like, yeah, we can take him.
Radazan.
I swear, 80% of the problems with these one shots is getting you guys to fight the fucking hook.
All right.
It's always a bunch of jokes.
Yeah, that's probably true. I smashed out some pastries, and I have a love-hate relationship going on with Radazan right now.
All right. It's your turn.
I'm sorry, who?
All right, me.
Okay.
I am going to take a couple of swings with my, or am I within 30 feet? Like I can rush up on them.
Yeah.
All right, I'll rush up on them and then take my swings.
All right. Go for it.
Natty 20
Nice.
and a 13.
13 does miss, but natty 20 hits.
That'll be 3 plus 6, 9 points piercing damage.
All right.
Oh wait, was the centipede still down, prone?
The rock?
The Brock, yeah.
Yeah, the rock.
Oh yeah, you have advantage. So you can
A 19 on the
yeah,
second
19.
attack.
Yeah. Yeah, so roll me damage for that one as well.
Another 9 points, so 18 points of piercing damage. I rolled
All
fucking
right.
garbage on the crit,
And
and that'll end my turn.
you sprint up and just two quick little stabs in there, dealing some damage. And this time I believe it saves. 17. Hey, Fred, does that beat your DC?
It does, yes.
All right, so yeah, as you kind of like run up to it real quick next to uh, Ham and just lay in a couple good jabs in there and stab into its writhing form, it kind of snaps to and immediately, like just out of nowhere, stops laughing and just kind of slowly turns its head towards you, person who just caused it a little bit of pain, and just snarls. Um, and then we're back to the top of the round. That's you, Fret.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So I have one question for I pull the trigger. My psychic blades say when you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can expend 1 use of Bardic Inspiration to deal an extra 3d6 psychic damage to the target. Would you consider a crossbow a weapon attack? It's a weapon that I'm rolling an attack roll with.
Read the first part of it again.
When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can expend 1 use of Bardic Inspiration to deal an extra 3d6 psychic damage.
Yeah, I mean, rule as written, it's a weapon attack.
Okay, just wanted to confirm. Sweet. He's gonna take a shot with the crossbow. That's a 15 for a 23. I assume that hits.
Yeah, that hits.
That'll be 1d8 plus 5, which is 9 plus 3d6. Addition 10. 19 damage on that bolt.
Nice.
And he will bonus action inspire Ham and just be like, oh, I guess he snapped out of it. Do something. And he just kind of like pushes the fucking imp forward and kind of like peels him off and tries to hold him in front of him as a meat shield.
I kill the imp. Wait, what?
So that was I'm sorry. How much damage again?
19.
19. Okay.
And that's a d8 for you, Ham.
Very nice. I won't forget to use it. I'm not gonna miss. I'm getting a bunch of crits in a row coming up. I can feel it.
All right. Next up is Radazan. He's still kind of just squirming and writhing in front of you. Kind of getting a little pitiful at this point because he's like fighting every urge and instinct to fly away, but your charm person is keeping him still there. So far, he's not in any danger per se, immediate danger. So he's still kind of hanging out in front of you, but it's gonna kind of hold there, fluttering in front of you, kind of whimpering and crying out every now and then. Next up is the Vrock. So he is no longer laughing. He's going to use half his movement to stand up. And he's got 2 people in front of him. Okay, yeah, he's going to use an action. He kind of glares as he slowly stands up in front of Ham in HIV, kind of glares, his eyes shifting between the 2 of you. And then he kind of like pulls his head back and his arms out, reached out wide, and just lets out this deafening screech that just pierces through everyone's eardrums and into your skull. And I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw. As this horrific, loud, piercing screech emanates throughout all of your brains.
17 for Fret.
11 for Ham.
You have
23
inspiration if you
for-
want it.
You
Oh,
do have
shit,
it.
I'm
23
gonna-
for HIV.
I'm gonna use it.
Alright.
16 for Ham.
Good call. What'd you get, HIV?
23.
23. All right. Brett and HIV, you both kind of feel it clouding your mind for a moment, but you're able to shake it off fairly quickly and fairly easily. Um, Ham, however, you start to feel it slowly just fill your mind till it's all you can hear, and you feel your muscles and your limbs lock up. But then you remember the words, the inspiring words from your good friend Fret, and it just courses through your veins, and you're able to shrug it off with a loud, angry, just grunt of exertion, and you are fine. Luckily, you bastard.
I call out, ooh, wah, ah, ah.
um, yeah, it's gonna be his turn this time. So down to Ham, the man who almost got.
I know, right? I'm pulling out some crazy shit. All right, I am gonna take my 2 standard attacks, but I'm also gonna burn a key point to do flurry of blows and turn my bonus action into a pair of attacks too. So 4 total attacks coming your way.
Yes. Dirty 20 hits. 14 misses. 23 hits. 25 hits. So 3 hit, 1 miss.
Okay, and I want to burn another key point to make one of those a stunning strike.
Ooh.
And that I'm gonna need a con save of DC 15 from you.
Alright. Constitution. Oh. Sorry, buddy. I know how great Stunning Strike is, but that's a natty 20.
Well played, well played. Let's see.
Part of me was hoping it would work.
Me too. Let's see here. So the first attack is 9 damage. The second is 7. The last is 6 for a total of what's that? 21. I believe that's 21.
Yes. 22. 22.
All right. 22 damage coming at you as I just step up and just start unleashing a flurry of blows, just a whirlwind of punches at this demon thing.
Yeah, so you just shake off its terrifying screech that almost took you out. It was close, but you were able to shake it off with your Zen monk meditation skills, and then you just fucking rock 'em, sock 'em, bop 'em right in the face. All right. Next up is bottom of the round. Hive.
All right, I'm going to take a couple swings at it.
All right, roll me some or attack rolls, not damage. You got to attack first.
Uh, one hit, one miss. For 13 points piercing damage. And then I'm
All right.
going to burn an action surge and do it 2 more times. And that's a 25 and a 19.
Both hit.
Nine plus 12, another 21 points piercing damage.
Damn.
And that'll end my turn.
All right. Yeah, you just get a 4 good fucking licks in there. Or 3 good licks. Just expert precision, just fencing, just zap, 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 stabbing him like 3 good times in the chest. And those are some good hits. All right. Back to the top of the round. Hit.
Oh, here we go. He's gonna look at the thing. Am I still within about 30 feet?
Oh, I haven't sent a. Well, I don't think the map has changed.
So we
the
kind
map.
of kept him in one place for a while.
Yeah. You guys are still in the same positions. You're within like 15 feet of him.
Fuck yeah. I'm gonna cast blindness, deafness. I'm gonna need a Constitution saving throw from you, sir.
Alrighty. Con save. Oh, man.
Oh, please let this work.
Oh, wait. I have advantage because this is a spell. Thank fucking God. I'm going to take a picture of this.
Oh fuck.
I have not touched the dice. I swear to God, this is what happened.
They're gonna be fucking 20s.
Close. A nat 1 and a nat 20.
Oh fuck me. God damn it. Well, there goes that. I had a fucking cool little bit all ready for it too,
I'm sorry, man.
and I've used all my inspiration. He's just. Do I have any other bonus actions? Am I missing something? No, I don't. Yeah, he's just gonna call out to the thing and be like, "Go, God damn it!" Every time I try to do something cool, and he'll just sit there.
All right, next up is Radazan. He's still just hanging out. He seems like he's at that point where he's probably not going to do anything unless something directly threatens him. So he's just kind of shuddering and whimpering in front of you, still Fret. Next up is the Rock. Alrighty. Yeah, he's gonna use his action for some spores. All right. So you just kind of see this demonic winged beast. It wrap his wings around himself, and his like whole body starts shuddering. And you see the feathers on the large wings just start fluttering before he flashes his arms and his wings out wide, and these cloud of spores just emanates in a large radius around him, technically 15-foot radius. But so I need Fred, you're actually safe from this. So everyone but Fred, including Radazan, needs to make a Constitution saving throw as these spores explode out from its body and start filling your senses, invading your nostrils. Radazan makes it.
13 for Ham.
Okay. So Hive, you succeed. So you kind of see this coming, and you can quickly fling your arm up over your face and kind of block your mouth as the spores kind of just wave on past you. However, Ham, you were, despite your monk quickness, were caught a little off guard by this, and the spores kind of just cloud over your face, and you accidentally inhale them. So you are currently poisoned. So at the start of each of your turns, you're going to be taking some damage. Um, you can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns, ending the effect upon its success. But you do have the poison condition, and you will be taking damage at the end of your turn. That is its action. So now it's up to you, Ham. Your turn. You just got sprayed in the face by some nasty spores
So I just take damage now or at the end of my turn?
at the end. Wait, start or end? Oh no, start. Start.
Damage at the beginning and then saving throw at the end, right?
Yeah. So it's 1d10. Oh, you lucky bastard. Take 3 points of poison damage.
Nice. All right. I'm going to kind of do the same thing as before. I'm going to burn a key point for my bonus action, and I'm going to take my standard action, 2 attacks, and then my bonus action, 2 attacks as well. So
Yeesh.
roll this out real quick. Oh, that one's probably a miss. Okay, I had 76, but that's not what I meant. But it was a nat 20 anyway.
All right. Yeah, so you're doing 3 attacks? Right? Or 4 attacks?
Okay, so I got a 9, a 15, a nat 20, and a 22.
All of them hit but the 9. So you got 3 hits. One
Very
being
nice. All right. Let's see. First attack, it comes out to 7. Second attack comes out to 8. And third attack, 7 also. So 20 damage.
7, 7, and 8.
Correct. 7, 7, and 8. Wait, that's not 20 damage. My math is off.
I got you.
22. My bad. Took me a second.
All right. Anything else you want to do?
I know, that's it.
All right. We're down to you. Oh wait, no. You gotta make your You can make a con save for poison.
That's a 5.
Okay. Actually. Oh shit. We'll do it next time. But because I forgot this round, so it's my bad. But technically, if you have the poison condition, you should have disadvantage on the attack rolls.
Oh shit.
So
Okay.
no, that's my fault for not remembering. So we'll start that next round. That's fine.
All right, I'll remember.
But now we are on to Hive.
Yay. All right. 2 swings.
2 swings. Go for it. Slice and dice. See if you can go 3 for 3 on encounter kills.
Going to burn a. All right. 7 plus 9. 16 to hit.
60 does hit.
Ooh. Would have hated to burn my inspiration and a superiority die for that. And then 24.
24 also hits. Roll me some damage.
So double ones.
Oh no.
So 2 plus 12, 14 points piercing damage.
That's still not bad.
It's very bad.
I mean, as far as double ones go, it could be worse than 14 total damage.
That'll end my turn.
Right. Yeah, you slip in another quick, like you were just what's the guy from Princess Bride?
Inigo Montoya.
Inigo Montoya. Yeah, you were just kind of just quick little jabs in there, and you're doing some damage to him. Top of the round, we're up to you, Fret. You see this snarling giant winged beast. He's starting to bleed. He's not on death's door yet, but you can tell he's taking some hits, and your friends are up there harrying him and taking spores in the face. And what are you gonna do?
Yeah. He's just gonna look back at the thing and be like, and kind of grunt, and he's just gonna try again because he's really pissed that nothing cool ever works for him. I'm gonna need another con save.
Alright. That one succeeds.
God damn it!
Rolled another I'm sorry, failed. Succeeds for you, failed for me.
Oh,
Yeah, I said that backwards. I rolled a nat 1 and a 5 for a
thank
total of 9.
God, you are now blind, sir.
All right.
No, I imagine like he's beating on the drum and he stops for a second and he just goes Slipknot and he's just like, I push my fingers into your eyes. And you just see these two magic hands come out and gouge this thing's eyes out.
Yes. All right. All right, so he is now blinded. He lets out a loud screech and just his head is darting back and forth, trying to adjust to his new no vision state. Is there anything else you want to do?
No, you are magically blinded. You do get the chance to save. I believe it's at the end of each of your turns. Yeah, end of each of your turns.
Alrighty. All right, so Radazan, still not being directly threatened at this point, is gonna stay put. He's a cowardly little bastard. So we're on to the Vrock. He is freshly blinded. Yeah, I think he's just gonna take some panic swings out at. I'm gonna make this a random roll to see who he's quote unquote targeting. So D2 for either ham or HIV. That's HIV. So he's going to take a multi attack with disadvantage because he's blinded. That's 2 attacks. First one is probably a miss. That's a 9 to hit.
Definitely miss.
All right. Second attack is are you fucking kidding me? Another 9.
That one hit somehow. No.
I rolled 4 dice. 3 of those die were 3s to hit.
Damn. You should be playing Yahtzee.
Right? All right, yeah, so he's just kind of like blindly, like he reaches out and like just kind of remembers where the last stabs he got came from. So he kind of just lunges out with his beak and tries to snap at you, and just kind of doesn't even get close. He's easily like a foot from your face. You barely move, just out of reflex, and then he slashes out with his long talons, and again, you just kind of barely have to like move out of the way, if anything. Um, being blinded. He's gonna kind of go in a little panic self-preservation mode, and he's gonna move. Uh, it's gonna fly straight upward 10 feet.
Attack of opportunity.
Yeah. You'll get it. Yeah, it's gonna move up 10
I
feet.
have the sentinel feet, so if I hit him,
Ooh,
he
have
goes
sense.
nowhere.
All right, yeah. So let's roll that attack roll to see if he even gets anywhere.
And since he's blinded, that gives me advantage.
Uh, let me double check on that. I'm looking right
It
now. I got it pulled up.
it does because of the darkness spell. So I
Yep.
have advantage with Locris.
Yep. Attack rolls against creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. Yeah. So yeah,
That hits
opportunity
you for 28.
with a 28 that definitely hits. So he does not move, and you deal some damage.
Does that mean I would get an opportunity attack too, or does he not move with Locris? I mean, with Herbert hitting him.
Well, he was starting to take off, so I would assume. I mean, if
No.
it weren't for the fact I have Sentinel, it'd still be an attack of opportunity.
Yeah. It. Yeah. The sentinel feat does not cancel out him trying to move. So he would still be trying to move, so you would still get your reaction as well.
And that's 12 points piercing.
So 12 points piercing from you. Was that a 8 on the die to hit?
That's a natural one. Yeah.
You have advantage, Ham.
Yeah, he is blinded. You have
Oh
advantage.
shit! Okay, one more time. Let's not use the natural one. Got a lot of natural ones and natural 20s going on this sesh.
12. That also misses.
Damn.
Yeah. But with that natural one, you kind of swing out and you kind of like just ever so slightly nick Hive's shoulder, just like a little, like your pinky knuckle grazes his shoulder, and he's just like, "What the fuck?" I know you didn't actually technically get an natty one because you rolled with advantage, but I just wanted you to deal with that.
Oh, I'm dealing as I'm looking to take it out on this imp.
All right, so next up, so he tried to move, did not move, got some extra damage. Next up is Ham. What you gonna do? What you gonna do with all that junk?
Okay, so if I have two attacks as like a standard action, one attack could be a grapple, correct?
Um,
Or is it a standard action to do a grapple?
what is it? Does it say on your like multi attack? Because I know some multi attacks are like it says specific like for the rock it says multi attack makes two attacks, one with its beak and one with its talons. So I couldn't like grapple and then use a talon. So does it say specifically, or is it just like you get two attacks?
At 5th level, I get an extra attack. Here, let me look it up.
I mean, if it's specifically extra attack, and I think then yeah, like you could have an attack and a grapple because a grapple is technically an attack action.
It just says actions and then attacks per action 2.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So you could technically try and grapple him and then attack, or vice versa.
Okay, so I want to try to grapple this creature then.
I will say this is going to be a disadvantage, the athletics check, because he is a large creature and you are medium sized.
I'm
But you
actually a
can.
Goliath, so I'm technically counted as a large-sized creature.
Oh shit. Okay. Then never mind. Yeah, straight roll.
Sweet. And that would be like an attack roll, correct?
Athletics. Grapple, I think, is just athletics check.
Just
Like
an
it's.
athletics check. Okay, let me
Or am
check.
I wrong? I could be wrong.
That's a +6. It's pretty close to the same. Anyway, as me. There we go.
Chris, do you know if it's different? Like, is the grapple an attack, just a regular attack roll, or is it just athletics?
It's +6 or a +7 for me, so it's only one off either way. But that's athletics.
I believe grappling's usually an athletics check against the opponent's athletics or acrobatics to escape.
Okay, that's what I thought too. I'll give you, considering the roll, I'll give you the extra +1 if you want to take the 9.
Oh, gee, thanks.
I'll probably beat it, unless I roll shit. Which, now that I'm saying that, I did that and said all those things, so I'm gonna roll an 91. Damn it, I shouldn't have said it. I rolled a 6 and I have a +2 as alright, you rolled a 2 and I have a +6. I rolled a 6 and I have a +2. But I told you to take the extra +1. So now you have the 9. So yeah, I'm grappled. God damn it. That's what I get for talking shit.
Okay, good. And then with
It is
my feet,
rock
the grappler, I get advantage on attack rolls. So that's all I wanted to do because I'm running out of key points. So
yeah. Yeah, so yeah, use your second attack and give me some advantage. God, why'd I have to say it? My dumbass. Did you roll a natural 20 with
yeah,
advantage
I
again?
did. I want to use my last key point to make this attack a stunning strike. So I need a con save from you, DC 15.
Stunning strike is not magical, correct?
No, just a spell-like ability, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't think it was. I was just making sure. Well, that's a 3, so that's going to be a failure. Doesn't matter what modifier I have.
So with the crit, it's only 7 damage, unfortunately. But yeah, with the stunning strike, the creature it will be stunned until I believe my next turn. Or
End of your next turn. Yeah.
correct.
Yeah, so he is grappled and stunned. So I think grapple doesn't do a whole lot other than making the movement speed 0. But stunned creature is incapacitated, can't move, can't speak, or can speak, automatically fails strength, dexterity saving throws, attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and they can't take actions or reactions. Yeah, so he's a little bit fucked right now.
A lot of bit fucked, and that's it. That's my turn.
Okay. Yeah, so he is, grappled, stunned, and we are on to Hive. So you're gonna get advantage on your attack rolls.
Well,
That's
then let's chop chop.
chop chop.
Lowest one being a 24 to hit.
Yep, both hit.
11 plus 12 for 23 points piercing damage.
Ooh.
And that will end my turn.
He is looking rough. Yeah, your giant Goliath friend runs up and just grapples this large creature, which anyone watching did not probably think it was possible considering the veracity and just size of this creature, but he just runs around and reaches his large arms around and pins its wings to its chest and just holds it tight. And you just stab him 2 times, narrowly missing Ham's own arms that are wrapped around the creature's torso, and lay some good hefty stabs in there to its vital spots. And it's bleeding profusely. It's kind of like letting out these gurgling, gasps and muffled screeches as like blood drips out of its beaked maw, and it's looking rough. And we're now at the top of the round. Fret, you are up.
And he puts away his drum, pulls out his crossbow, kisses a bolt, loads it,
Natty one.
almost certainly. No, actually, dirty 20.
Nice, that hits.
Fuck yeah! If only I had more inspiration, I would love to pump some psychic damage into this, but that's still going to be 11 damage.
How do you want to do this?
Fuck yeah! So he stops drumming, pulls out the bolt, says, "I'm finally going to do something cool," and he kisses the bolt, puts it in, aims, and then this creature whose eyes were magically gouged out just catches the bolt square direct between the eyes. I imagine it kicks the head back and just falls back, wings splayed out. And he just kind of sets it on his shoulder, taps his drum one time, and he's just like, well, I saved you guys. Don't forget it.
Yes, and as this demon just falls, kind of crumples in Ham's grasp, you're still kind of holding it up as it slowly just starts disintegrating in you and just burning to an ash. It kind of stings a little bit as it's, kind of lighting ablaze against your chest and torso and abdomen. But over the course of a couple of seconds, it just crumples into a smoldering ash heap and then slowly just blows off into the wind as this fiend's move down back to whatever level of hell it originated from. And you all kind of like breathe a sigh of relief, and Radazan, I forgot his name for a second. Radazan also breathes a very heavy sigh of relief and then pats Fred on the shoulder. Ah, yes, that was good. Very good, Sean. You saved us all. Ah. All right, well, let me go. Let me go get the master. He can help us. And he just darts off, full speed.
I follow.
So you start to kind of push your way through this forest of a carpet as Radazan just moves off. And after a couple minutes, you guys are kind of moving through, trying to push your way towards the giant looming figure that is Morgante. You see him turn around suddenly. You have long lost sight of Radazan being his tiny form, but you see Morgante kind of turn around suddenly and just crouch down on the floor and put his hands down, both palms flat, onto the carpet. And he mutters a few words, and you feel the same, like, bright white, hot, arcane energy crackling around you. And then all of a sudden, you slowly grow. And then another bright flash of light, and you are standing back to your normal form in front of Morgante kneeling on the carpet. And he looks at you, looks up at you all, clasps his hands together. Thank you so much. Radazan told me all that you did and how another one of my mishaps actually didn't send the demons to my mother's lands, but actually right here, shrunken as I inadvertently did you all, and I deeply apologize for the mishap. But again, you will be rewarded. Thank you for cleaning up my mess, and my deepest apologies. And he just, again, profusely apologizes. Like you can kind of see at this point, and after hearing Radizan's uh, short story of his life, how he is kind of probably powerful, but also very absent-minded, and oftentimes makes mistakes like this. So while he means well, he did fuck up a few times. But you have cleared cleared the demon from this plane, as you have been able to figure demons who are killed on this plane are not permanently destroyed, but instead, when they are quote unquote killed, move back to their plane of existence and slowly regenerate. So, for the time being, you have destroyed this danger and cleaned up this irresponsible wizard's mess. And as he leads you to his, uh, for lack of a better term, vault of magic goods, you have your pick of the litter. And I think we'll probably leave it there unless you guys have something you want to say to the wizard and or imp.
Roll initiative. No, I'm just kidding.
I actually have one more thing I want to
I would
do.
like to rage.
I need. Where'd it go? I need a wisdom saving throw from both the PCs and the shitty wizard.
Oh,
A wisdom saving throw from me and Herbert?
yeah,
Nope.
apparently. I don't have a stat block for the wizard, so I'm just gonna pull up let me find a see it was just a straight NPC. See.
Okay, I can work with that.
Let's see if I can find something. I mean, wizards have inherently
I would assume a wizard probably has like +3 or +4, but this was a Hail Mary. If all three of you failed, I had something really funny that was going to happen. No, I just got to kind of roll with the punches.
I like to think that my eyes narrow at this imp. Just kind of glancing around, like, you've been useless this whole time. You haven't brought us any pastries yet. What are you doing?
What was that save, Alec?
The common mage stat block has a wisdom save of +4. If you just want to use that.
okay, yeah. Yeah, well, I rolled a natty one, like my fifth nat one of the night. So he failed.
And since Hiv failed, he'll look over at Hiv and just be like, if you'd be so kind, we'll collect everything. And would you go get the horses ready?
Oh yes, yes, of course. Oh, you've done me a great deed, a great service. Here.
Sorry, I said that to Hiv.
Oh, oh, okay. Yeah, Hiv, you also failed.
Sure.
Thanks, buddy.
Was
You're
that
the best.
Was that suggestion?
I think
It
that
was
a
charm person.
Yeah. Friend. I don't know why he would not do it, so
And as soon as you're out of earshot, he'll look over at Ham, and he'll just be like, "Hey, what say you and me take the loot and go? He's going to fetch the horses. We'll just go the other way." And then he'll look over at the wizard and just be like, "No, if you don't mind, I think that we could probably forgive each other after you did that to us if you'd allow us to take a little extra loot. Why don't you go help our friend with the horses, and we'll take a look around."
He just. I'm gonna roll. Or can you only do 3 people at that spell?
I only had up to 3 because I had a 3rd level slot left.
Well, actually, is charm person concentration?
Yes.
All right, so the imp would lose
Yeah, the
that.
concentration, I would assume, had faded on the imp by now.
Oh, it wouldn't have faded. It hasn't been an hour yet. It's
Oh,
been like
fair enough.
45 minutes, but it would
But
have
yeah,
faded
it
when you
would
cast it.
end. The imp would snap out of it.
Yeah. But the wizard, all right, so Morgante would be, oh, yes, of course. No, I mean you have saved me from a great hardship, and I I mean whatever I can do to repay you all for all of this. Yes, of course. And yes, I will go ready the horses with your friends, and you just take whatever you wish. I mean, what's mine is yours. And he just runs off after Hive to help ready the horses. And Radazan is kind of sitting there a little shocked, kind of looks back and forth because with the nature of charm person, you realize you have been charmed once it wears off. But kind of looks at you, looks back at the wizard with a smirk, and then looks back at you. Well, that was. I'm slightly insulted, but more impressed.
Well, if I'm being honest, I really just charmed you to keep you nice and calm while we got you through all that. But that being said, I think this is your chance to run. You can get away from your captor here since he's kind of treating you like a slave. So if you'd like, we can raid this room in here. We've got about an hour, and then we can get the fuck out of here. You can come with me and my buddy Ham here.
Ham didn't even wait for the conversation to end. He's like already loading shit up before the wizard agreed to it.
You actually can't get in the room, but
Oh no.
yeah, but the imp, Radazan, he's like, I have been quite loyal to Morgante. He's been a good friend, but I do love a little bit of chaos, and I can respect what you've just done. And then he just slowly kind of just floats over towards the door, the quote unquote vault, and does the very precise patterned knock, and it creaks open, and he just kind of bows and waves his hand forward. I feel like you've earned this.
Now we kill him.
I slowly pass my silk rope over to Ham.
I for sure make sure to load up some as much as I can carry before I try to kill this imp.
Yeah, so Radazan is just kind of floating nearby, watching you guys, just letting you do your thing. You're loading up any loot you can find. Um, while Hive and Morgante are outside, readying the horses, just cheerfully, none the wiser of what's going on.
Sorry, Chris. I was going for 3. If I got all 3, I was gonna make the imp an offer to run away with me, and we'd take all the shit and leave you guys.
Yes, I mean, for the sake of brevity, I would say you guys take a hefty portion. If we do continue these characters down the road, we'll roll on the D100 magic table to see what you guys got. But do you leave Hive there with Morgante? It just you and Ham and the imp running off?
First of all, the imp only comes with us far enough for us to get him away from the wizard, and then we kill him.
All right, so do you leave Hive there, and is it just
Yes,
you?
we ditch Hive, we kill the imp, and we go back to our tribes as fucking heroes and hella rich.
All right, so I feel like I have to write a revenge story for Hive now.
Yeah, when he snaps out of it an hour later, we're gone with all the shit.
Yeah, he's just like, what
It's
the
just
fuck?
it's Hive and a shitty wizard out for revenge.
Oh no, that's it. I'm keeping this. This is gonna be
Oh
the next
no.
one shot. Whoever is around, whether it's Anthony or Will, they're gonna play the wizard Morgante, and it's gonna be a fucking throwdown between Morgante, Hive, and fucking Ham and Fret.
You
That,
see,
that's the next one
Herbert,
shot.
Herbert Inover Schvoker, the HIV is going to go back to the STIs, and he's going to get his friends the clap. That's right, herpes. Yeah, and we're coming for you.
Oh no, I'm serious. This is happening. Like this is gonna be a thing.
Oh,
It's
this
just
is gonna
gonna
be
be.
awesome.
This is just gonna be a throwdown brawl one shot between Fret, Ham, Herbert, and the fucking clap.
Fred and Ham, in their immediate paranoia, hire several dozen bodyguards.
I think that actually kind of, based on like this seeding another one shot, I'm kind of happy that I didn't get all three of you with that spell
No,
and
this
just run
makes
off
it
with
so
the
much
imp.
better. This makes it so much better. Straight PvP.
And it all stemmed from me just wanting to burn another spell for shits and giggles.
Beautiful.
Sorry you lost out there, Chris.
Oh no, he's gonna find some stuff with the clap. He's gonna get some magic items too.
Yeah, that's fair. You get to hunt me down now.
And you see, what you don't realize is herpes. He's a revenant, so he keeps coming back.
Christ.
The puns are never ending.
We get to kill him like every day. It's gonna be awesome. It's like Valhalla.
Well, Alec, thanks for running a one shot so we don't miss a week of Math Rocks.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
I
that was
certainly
awesome.
appreciate
That was
it.
Yeah, man,
Definitely a fun one, boys, but I gotta go pass out because I've got an early fucking morning and a long day. It's been a blast, though. I'll catch you guys in chat.
fun.
All right, get you guys
See you
later.
later.
Take it easy, guys. I'm out.
All right, bye.